the 20 time, which is 20 centimeters for very small animals.
I won't thank you or anything, but you're just going to mean it, because what I'm saying is for NITV.
For TV,
yeah, which can
we do appreciate you.
So rude, Charlie. Not think about in agricultural production.
I thought you was going to have
a central
the
Victorian
Thomas
farmer
show
has given up on producing free-range duck eggs because of the fickle nature of the animals. After producing and selling eggs for 4.5 years, he says the ducks are very sensitive to change and don't lay consistently. Jess Davis spoke with Harcourt farmer Jared Coote. Hello.
All right, so there's 1 minute, so I might just take you off cue, all right? So you're not in my ear. I'll tell you when this is.
Times over many months, but essentially,
can everybody hear Thomas? Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Pretty well at some point.
Show your support and get behind our NITV and VFLWNT Thunder teams. One membership, 2 teams, just $60 for a standard membership gets you a members pack, plus 16 home games, dual fixture magnet, card and lanyard, bumper sticker, dummy cooler, and 20% off all Thunder merchandise. There are plenty of other options. Just jump on to ntthunder.com.au for more information.
Test, the conditions were pretty tough when you were there. You didn't quite get the win today, but you'll be happy here with this game. Should be a good one.
Yeah, it should, Charlie, and looking forward to seeing how these players go at it today, and of course Southern Districts being the premiers last year, just how they respond. And you know, it's an exciting game, but yeah, the conditions are perfect. It was a bit hot when I was playing earlier, but congratulations, I must say, to the Southern Districts women's team. Their first final series, and they're off to a grand final. So unfortunately, my girls couldn't get over the line, but hey, someone's got to win, and it was Crocodiles.
That's right, they had a good game. And joining us in commentary, we've actually called him plenty of times from sitting up here in the box. And we've called you, Tash, too. We've had you out there playing, but we're really pleased that he could join us today. Part of that great Motlop dynasty. Thomas Motlop is joining us. Thomas, nice to have you on the show. go.
No worries. Thanks, Charlie. It's good to be involved, and I'm looking forward to a cracking game today.
It should be a good game too. You've played against both these teams. Do you rate Southern Districts over Waratah? I mean, I think Waratah's knocked them out at Fetch Pass, didn't they, during the year? So what have you thought of both the teams?
Oh, look, definitely. I think Southern Districts have been building towards for a long time the era that they're going through at the moment. Waratahs have had some quality coaches come through and change the culture of their club, so they've been in great form. They've beaten Buffaloes the last 2 games, and Southern Districts have had a couple of hard games against Nycliffe and Tiwi. So looking forward to who will come out and how that'll affect the game.
Oh, well, good to have you with us. Good to have a Motlop along. Dom, what do you think of this game?
Oh, I think it's going to be one in the middle, Charlie. I thought Waratah were really impressive last week in the middle, and then last weekend Southern Districts, they dominated early, and then suddenly the Tiwi machine, well, at least they were a machine last weekend, not so much today, but they then took over there and really pushed the ball forward quickly. Interested to see how that goes, but also interested with Southern Districts inserting Jared Brennan in. He didn't play last week, so I'm fascinated to see what a difference he makes to this afternoon's game.
Rory O'Brien, Jared Brennan, Ed Barlow, Will Farrer, Matt Rosier, Charlie McCann. That's a very good Southern Districts team.
Very good, very good names there, Charlie.
Absolutely fantastic. Tash, how do you see it go?
Yeah, with the winning the premiership last year, I think Crocs might be a little bit too strong, and I'm interested to see how Jared Brennan does go. It looks like he's going to the forward line, but a shout out as well to the Southern Districts girls. They're actually played a game today, and they're out there running water for the men's team, so they're pretty excited. But I think Rhiannon Bush is down there, Talia Holtz, and the other 3, I can't remember their names, but all I know is that I was chasing them today.
Tom, how do you see it go?
Yeah, I think Southern Districts will have a lot of pride. They're the reigning premiers, but if they can control, prevent Waratahs from doing what they want around the stoppages and really control that midfield and the Waratahs spread, will go a long way towards getting them a win.
Players all getting themselves into position. Umpire stands in the middle, ball in hand. Dominic McCormick to get us underway.
And the big men will go at it. Gilhouse been in great form. Westerberg up high, and he gets the first tap out for Tars. Taken away, however, by Gilhouse. Got a handball in the direction of Barlow. Couldn't find him. Quick kick comes from Bowden. The left footer inside 50. Koopman overruns it. Defence now for Tars. Quick kick out. Coming out towards Joel Stevens. Couldn't take the mark. Gets in there hard. McAdam did beautifully to get the ball out to Bowden. Nice little handball from him. Came out to Stewart for the Crocodiles up towards Farrer. In fact, it was Thorne. Couldn't take the mark. Handball out. Now for Tars to Godden. Little tap sideways. Close to the boundary line. Now Zobel takes it over under pressure. So the first boundary throw in. The grandstand side. The Morris Rioli grandstand will take place 48 metres away from goal. Matt Rosier there in the action too early. Needs to have a better game than what he did last week if the Crocodiles are to get over the line. Gilhouse, opportunity, couldn't quite get it down cleanly. Wrapped up, and again, there'll be a ball up inside 50.
There's a bit of congestion there earlier on, and you'd expect that. It is a really important game because the loser doesn't go anywhere except home.
So the rucks reset, it comes down. Dean Staunton kicks it off the ground for the Crocodiles, out to Koopman. Off the ground again is Ed Barlow. He's dangerous in these situations. On the left, how does it travel? And it's gone across the... No, I think he's kicked it. He's kicked the goal. Ed Barlow with the first goal on the board for the Southern Districts. A good start and just dangerous in those positions, Ed Barlow.
Yeah, he just definitely got involved with a big body, but yeah, he's quick to get involved and chase out of that stoppage, you know, and it's really important to not be the last person in that stoppage and get across, and pretty skillful for his size.
He was, I reckon he was okay last week too, Ed Barlow. He's a lot of experience, and he's kicking. He just had a little peep around the corner. He knew where the goals were. Goal.
He did, and he kicked the first goal last weekend too, Charlie, against the Tiwi Bombers.
He did.
You got a good memory, Dominic.
Good on you, Dom.
That was a soccer goal last week. He's kicked the first again this weekend.
But a good touch as well by Dean Staunton just to get the ball moving forward.
So it just took him, what, 2 minutes to get the goal. Well done.
Gilhouse now from the middle, got a little tap on it. Staunton was in there, couldn't quite get his hands to it. Koopman, I think it was, got the ball out by hand, got to Farrer. Will Farrer, good to see him get his hands on the ball early. Sweeping handball now to Barlow. His second touch. Down towards Koopman. Gathers beautifully, sprints away from an opponent, centres the ball, there's nobody there. For Tars, running hard at it was Arundel. Gathers, good pressure coming from the Crocodiles, and a handball goes out of bounds. And Dean Staunton trying to con the umpire there into a deliberate free kick. And the umpire says not having that. be a boundary throw in. About 35 around from the Crocodiles' goal.
Hasn't Westenberg as well, Westerberg in the ruck for Waratahs. He's had a good season, so good match up with him and Seb Gilhouse, and Gilhouse wins the tap down, comes down to Koopman, hand pass off to the top of the square. Jared Brennan is dangerous. Here we go over the top, and he's just shaved the post. He's in the square. You thought he would have nailed that. Jared Brennan, so behind to Southern Districts, leading by 7 points here. Waratah's yet to score at the 3-minute mark of the first quarter.
Might be the go-to player in the forward line, Jared Brennan. He's a beauty. He's got that great vertical leap, hasn't he?
Kick comes from Zobel, looking out there for anchors, gathers close to the boundary line. He's wrapped up in a tackle, is he? Just about, manages to get a handball away. Another handball comes out to Daniel Simpson. Lots of handballing happening in the defensive zone here for Southern Districts, and the turnover comes. Zach Smith taking the mark at centre wing.
Looking up forward, the lead by Farah. It's ignored. Goes longer to, no, that's Gallio. So Clint Gallio, that's a good, strong mark. Had a brilliant season as well, signed up for Thunder. So Gallio, this is probably just on his distance. So look how the forward's set up here. Jared Brennan's not even looking at him, he's telling him to go for goal. Shane Thorne in the picture there, just running forward. So we'll stay with Clint Gallio. Kicks it from 50. It looks good off the boot. I reckon he's kicked it, he has. Clint Gallio has District's second on the board. Geez, that was a brilliant kick from 50. Few steps and it sailed through, and the players knew as well he had the distance in him, so a good start to Southern Districts. Well,
his dad Wally used to do it in Alice Springs all those years ago, Thomas, and his son stood up here tonight. Good goal earlier on.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
Clint Gallio.
I've been really impressed with him and his ability around goals, his goal sense. Really looking forward to watching Waratah's defence. They're not as well known as the Southern Districts forwards, but I'll tell you what, they've been really balanced all year and been able to shut a lot of sides down with their goal pressure.
Good start for Southern Districts here, because Nightcliff did it to Tiwi in that earlier game, didn't they? Kick 6 goals to 1 in the first quarter. Get early goals really important.
In the middle, Westerberg up high, almost tapped it straight to his opposing ruckman. In hard there for Southern Districts was Josiah Farah. Now comes away with it. Gee, he did well. Pursued it strongly out of the middle, gathered there at centre wing, and a long kick down there through half forward sees it bounce out over the boundary line. About 65 around from Southern Districts' goal. So Charlie on the move.
Yeah, they are. They're looking okay.
Attacking well. Interesting forward setup. Will Farah's come out to half forward. Jared Brennan at full forward. Gilhouse here winning the ruck contest. Tapped it towards Gallio, close to the boundary line. Keeps it in. Flicks a little handball backwards. The Waratah defence, however, up to it. A long kick down there towards Shem Tatupu. Takes the mark brilliantly. Great body work. Gets the ball away here to Keranua. Little left footer. Up into inside 50. Waddell almost took the mark off hands. Keranua, handball forward. This should be an easy open goal. Godden gets a big push in the back, but Tars on the board. Well done. Great defensive run there from half back for Waratah, and they answer at the 6-minute mark. Waratah 1 straight 6. Southern Districts in the lead, 2-1-13.
It's a good build-up, slick work by Waratah, and good to see the work there of Henry Keranua. Handy to have him in the team.
Yeah, definitely. I think the little mosquito fleet in the forward line will play a big role in providing that X factor around those bigger bodies, especially to Topu.
Yeah, they found the mismatch there with Martin on him, so they kicked it straight to him, and he just managed to push him out the way. Back in the middle.
There's a lot of talk about Sam Godden, about being the most improved player in the team.
I think he is, Charlie, without a doubt. He's really come of age this year. So throw out of the middle there. The umpires picked it up.
I've never seen such a blatant throw.
Right on the
People
spot.
flying over in an aircraft saw it.
He's found his teammate in Toma. Kicks it forward. Punch away by the District's defenders. The Crocs trying to get away. Numbers are here for Tars. The ball bounces over the head. Westerberg with a bit of time with Zobel. He's crunched by Farah, and Farah lets him know all about it. Lucky not to give away 50, and Zobel takes off, and the umpire's going to bring him back. Farah was too bothered about the other players there. I think that should have been play on. So Zobel, centre wing for the Tars. Just a 20-metre kick. Finds his teammate Toma. Kicks it forward, and all by himself is Westerberg, but he's crunched. Ball comes down to Kiranua. Quick left foot kick to the top of the goal square there, and nearly Godden takes the mark. Tupu Goes without it. Cantilla's there as well. Under enormous pressure here, the Southern District's defenders. Gets the ball going backwards. Good kick out to the pocket. District's now controlling the footy. Still don't have much forward. They've set up the wall here, the Waratahs. It's a long kick, looking for Barlow. Barlow kicks it off the ground. Through centre wing. District's here with the hand pass. Another linking of hand passes here. Smith should get there. That's McLaughlin, goes without it. Picked up by Gooch. Gooch is in there, he's under a lot of pressure. Districts pulls it in, that's Barlow, needs to get it out, he does. McLaughlin's there as well. This is a good contest by both teams. Thorne just waited for his teammate, probably should have gone in there. Carroll shovels it out. Just can't clear here with Mackenzie. Hand pass over the top to Carroll. Carroll kicks it forward, falls in the hands here for Waratahs, and here they go through the centre square, kicks it forward to Tapupu, picked up by Karanua. Cantilla, I think that is, and bounces it through for a goal. That's a goal to Waratahs. Good reply, and I reckon that was Kim Cantilla.
Yeah, the big man just provided the contest there, and Cantilla read it really well, pushed hard to get there and pick up the crumbs and clean that up.
And Henry Karanua and Cantilla, the two Tiwi Islanders, already starting to show why it's valuable to have those sorts of players in your team. Yeah,
definitely. I think, you know, they complement each other well, and in a lot of sides, if you have that combination with a bit of talent and some big bodies, it helps.
Great contest.
Easy goal in the end, just an easy goal. And you're right, to Tupu.
He's making a difference already. Gillhouse now out of the middle again. Crocodiles hard at it. And a free kick to be paid here. Rosier it was who was hard at it. Gets the ball away to Brennan. Wrapped up in a tackle. Gee, just got rid of that by way of hands. Back to Rosier. Goes long, half forward. Almost a mark by McLaughlin. Nearly took it away. Still didn't. Staunton at ground level. Picks up. Gets it back to McLaughlin. Great effort by McLaughlin to get it away to Gallio. He goes to ground. Wrapped up. Ball spills. Both sides hard at it. Again, Staunton slides in, gets it to Brennan, gets a handball away. Again, back to Rosier. Little kick out the back, goes up towards Thorne. Can't take the mark. Clever. Played it back towards himself. Now kicks backwards and goes to Gillhouse. Just a steady play.
Gillhouse taking his time. Around the back is Farah, that's Josiah. He's just letting him know where to kick it. That's a booming kick into the 50 as well. Koopman from behind, just bounces in front of him. Barlow's there as well. Koopman picks it up. Kicks it to the top of the square, and Godden's there to clean up for Waratahs. So he's everywhere, Sam Godden. The umpire's just calling Farah to come back. Finds his teammate who started the well in Toma, still in defensive 50 here for Waratahs.
Flanagan with ball in hand. Finds a teammate, and that's a nice kick too. The teammate initially there was Barrett, quality player. Gets the ball across to Brodie Carroll. Goes to the lead of Tutupu. Sean Martin did really well to cut it off. Now District's defence. Nice little chip up to McAdam. McAdam now steadying. Little left footer. Pops that up to McLaughlin. Off to Barlow. McLaughlin's upended. Westerberg just took his eyes off the ball. McLaughlin not even in the play.
Should be downfield, shouldn't it?
And he's going to get reported here, Zach Westerberg. The book's out.
Gee.
And I agree, Tash. That was well after the ball had been kicked downfield. McLaughlin to take the free.
Well, it's a big moment in the game for Waratahs. They win this, and they might have a man that's been one of their star players for the year, might not be there.
Without a doubt.
As Natasha was saying, Zach Westerberg's been outstanding this season. Key component. McLaughlin now to kick long. Down the corridor, close to the line, out of bounds on the full. Target was Brennan. Had to be out of bounds on the full. The free kick will be taken by Tars in the form of Nicholas Gooch.
Gee, Ed Barlow's looking dangerous, isn't he? Up that forward line.
He works really hard. He's composed. He runs just as hard as any midfielder in shorter stature.
So Gooch kicks it up the line again. Tutupu was the target, uses his body well. The ball, the umpire says play on. Shoveled out the back, Westerberg trying to find his teammate in Blake. Blake goes back. All by himself is Carroll, but intercepted by the Crocs. Tackled was McAdam. There's that man that we spoke about, Barlow, just using his body, gets it to the boundary line. Just smart play by Ed Barlow. Ferocious tackling here by both teams.
It's really hot early, but I think it's important for these both teams to control their aggression and target it at contests in the right way, because you don't want that to affect you know, shots on goal.
Boundary throw in now, right forward pocket. Westerberg got himself in front of Gillhouse. Dangerous here. Little quick kick forward. Gallio running hard at it. And the ball tapped towards the goal line and through for a behind. So Southern Districts, their lead advances by another behind. They lead by 2 points, 2-2-14, leading Waratah 2 straight 12. The quick kick in. Target again to Tupu. Got hands to it. Couldn't take the mark. The ball spills to Martin. Wrapped up in a tackle. Drops the ball. Drags it back in. Now caught by Tupu. Gillhouse slaps the ball forward. Shane Thorne got a finger to it, but not before he was beaten by the boundary line.
Good to see Gillhouse doing lots of good work. I tell you what, we saw a great big man in the game before this for Nightcliff. Jono Miles was just superb, dominated round the ground and the rucks.
To Westerberg, Gillhouse, that man you were speaking about, Charlie, just uses his body too strong. Working the ruck, Tars, but read it best. Linking up hand passes here. Stevens around one. He needs to get rid of it. He does, but it goes to Clint Gallio. Play on, says the umpire. Delivers it into the corridor. Here's Will Farrer. Comes out. Hand passes back to Dean Staunton. Gets the ball on the boot quickly. O'Brien's there. Heard the voice from Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne on the inside. On the left. It looks good off the boot. He swings it around and he's kicked the goal. Shane Thorne. Well done, what a goal. Very clean hands. That
was really smart. He knew the player was coming behind him. He knew he had Shane Thorne out the back, so it was really clever play to get those quick hands out there and at least Shane to have a shot on goal.
Man with AFL experience, was it Western Bulldogs he went to?
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's just important, just the clean hands here that Districts had in the 50.
Yeah.
In footy, I mean, you can't stress about it enough. Just the pick up, just knew where his teammate was, and just look at him go on the inside here and on the left. Brilliant goal, Shane Thorne, premiership player for Wanderers. I believe,
yeah, played a premiership and a few grand finals with him. He definitely knows where the goals are.
And Rory O'Brien involved in that. You were wrapped with him last week, weren't you, Dominic?
He was a good player last week. As we see the ball out of the middle again, Tars this time, chain of handballs. Lovely effort there. Anchors now up inside 50. Mark taken, and Matthew Blake with ball in hand. Kick inside 50 was not so good, and cut off there. Josiah Farrer takes the mark. Good effort here again by Carroll. Sweeping the ball through centre wing. Picked up by Godden. Handball, not so good. Didn't hit a target. Districts here in numbers. And the kicking in danger will be the call. Play on advantage is now the call. There was no real advantage initially. And now the kick comes to Anchors at centre wing.
Anchors just waiting for his forwards. Where's Tupu? Goes into the middle. Out wide is Zobel. Misses his target, but the numbers are here for Waratahs. Picked up, smothered. Charlie McAdamy's got the speed here. Links up with a teammate coming through centre wing. Drives it into the 50. Koopman shields his eyes. Couldn't see the footy because of the lights. Koopman again, and the ball's going to go out of bounds. 45 around from the Crocodiles' goal. Just lucky there, they had a one-on-one situation into the 50. Koopman just lost sight of the ball and wasn't able to get under it.
Yeah, probably didn't make the best of that opportunity. Good running by McAdam to get it down in the forward line for them.
Boundary throw in now. Jared Brennan to take the ruck contest against Westerberg. Brennan waiting at the back, will leap high. He does that, got the punch away. Mummery bursting onto it, has a few metres, has the kick at goal. He floats it, that's a goal. That is a goal from the right forward pocket. Mummery, there was no one who really pursued him. He gathered it, put it on the boot beautifully. Terrific goal.
Yeah, he knew it was going through as soon as it left his boot as well. 16 minutes in. You know, this is where Waratahs really make it their own. They've got about 9 guys who can rotate through the midfield, so keeping that pressure on, running back and getting forward as well.
And all individual goal kickers for Southern Districts. Thorne, Gallio, Barlow, and that one Mummery.
That was a terrific kick, wasn't it?
Good goal.
Off one
just
step,
a terrific kick.
Just inside the boundary line.
4-2-26 now. Southern Districts, Waratah 2 straight 12, already a 14-point margin.
Just looking to Tupu's gone into the ruck. The bigger man comes down straight down to his midfield, drives it into the 50 here. Waratahs, and a good uncontested mark in the end. Goes to Valance.
Reading it well, there's defenders back there, aren't they, Taz?
Dangerous kick hit about, and can he get out of it under pressure by Keranua? They've caught themselves into a bit of trouble here, Crocodiles. Trying to get the ball out, needs to get it out. He's dived on top of it. The umpire says, give it to me. Lucky there. They just sold themselves into trouble there, the Crocodile defenders. They just needed to probably look wide and get the ball out of that 50. Umpire throws it up. Tupu just too easy, wins the tap. Dean Staunton's gone onto the ball. Dangerous player when he does. And an uncontested mark is dropped in the end. Just too easy there was Blake. He had hands on the footy and probably just coughed it up without the pressure. So the ball goes out of bounds in between the interchange gates as you see the Waratahs making some changes. So 18 minutes gone in this first quarter.
Yeah, the Waratahs half forwards really put a lot of pressure on the Southern District's defenders there, and I think it's really important not to let guys like Michael Bowden have a lot of time to make really good decisions, because he's a really good user of the football.
From the boundary throw in now to Tupu, got the ball away by hand. Again, a little fumble there by Gooch. Picks up, hacks towards half forward, off hands. Brodie Carroll hard at it. Got a little handball away to Gardner. Step one, not the other. Nailed in a tackle. Michael Bowden, well done. Good tackle there at right half back. Wins a free kick. Now needs some movement. Kicks long, looking here for O'Brien or Mummery. Mummery gathers. He's got great hands, Michael Mummery, and he's called that a throw. The one from Rory O'Brien that set up Shane Thorne's goal was more of a throw to that Charlie King.
Yeah, but I still think it was a throw though, Dom, I must say.
Oh, I reckon it looked pretty flash. Arundel, the free kick for Waratahs. Throw apparently. Tupu nearly takes it one-handed. Blake goes without it. Tupu again with his body in there, picked up by Smith. Smith needs to get rid of it. He does now, but it goes straight to Gardner for Waratah, straight to Bowden. So just a few inconsistent kicks here, but good work. Picked up by Gooch. Sorry, Flanagan. Flanagan drives it into the 50. Where's the front and centre? Here we go. Watch the speed by Cantilla. Under pressure by Schwartz. Good clean up by Districts. Where's the ball going to go? Cooperman's going to get there first. He's under pressure. Good body work by the Waratahs defenders. He's outnumbered. Good work to the Waratahs defenders. Gets the ball out. Hand passes out wide. Has a player all by himself. Kicks it right out wide to Godden. What can he do here? Close to the boundary, and it goes out of bounds. The boundary thrown around 80 metres from the Waratahs goal, grandstand side. 20 minutes gone, and Southern Districts are leading by 14 points.
Finding it hard, aren't they, to penetrate their Waratahs. That defensive six back there for Southern District right on top at this 20-minute mark of this first term.
Boundary throw in now to Tupu. Up high there against Valence. Charging in for Southern Districts. Beautifully done. Liam McGregor, in fact, it was, did beautifully. Handball comes out here to Rosier. Went low, got taken high. Play on, said the umpire. Staunton gathers as the ball emerges from the pack. Cut off now by the Tars defence. Handball comes through there to Zobel. Goes to the back and finds Flanagan. Normally a very cool, calm player, Flanagan. This time he has his kick smothered by Koopman, who was right onto it. Zobel sells a teammate into trouble. Nailed in a tackle. The ball comes back to him. Zobel in to help. Nicholas Gooch it was. He recovered brilliantly. Went to Arundel. Back to Gooch. Kick is sloppy. Looking there for Barrett. Picks up under pressure there again from McGregor. Goes back to Gooch. Almost a smother by Bowden. Back here for the target into Tupu. Off the pack and the ball out over the boundary line as Gallio sees it over. So a boundary thrower in right at the Waratah race. 21 minutes gone in this first quarter. Southern Districts 4-2-26. Waratah 2 straight 12.
Yeah, it was a very contested passage of play there. Neither teams could, get clear possession of the ball. I think the pressure of the game and also the due of the nighttime footy in Darwin's playing a role in that.
Tupu again into the ruck, gets the ball out. Quick kick forward by Toma. Ball's close to the boundary line again. Goes out of bounds just in front of Godden. Started the game well, but a little bit quiet at the moment, Godden. The ball's just beat him to the boundary line, so another boundary throw in. Just past centre wing, favouring Waratahs. The umpire's got a blood rule, and that was Sepp Gilhouse letting him know that Tupu has blood, so we'll just wait for the interchange to be made.
Thomas, can I just ask you, with the dew there, you don't realise it here on, the dry days, and the dew comes in the evening, doesn't make the ball a little slippery.
Yeah, definitely plays a role, and only people who've played in Darwin for a fair while understand it, but it just affects things like short chip kicks and your handballs that slip off the side.
Gilhouse wins the tap down, under pressure here. The ball's going to be locked up again in front of the interchange of Southern Districts. 22.5 minutes gone in this first quarter. Southern Districts still leading by 14 points. Seb Gilhouse, ruck against Westerberg, gets it down to Jared Brennan. A quick kick forward. Michael Mummery just bounces in front of him. Kicked off the ground by the Waratahs player to his teammate's advantage, but picked up by Dean Staunton. Mummery was held on to. The umpire says play on. Picked up by Arundel. He's dumped after he gets rid of the footy. Waratahs, good work. Abe Anchors from centre half back, looking for Cantilla, and just the bigger man at the back there gets a fist to it. Picked up by Keranua. Drives it, just switching the play here sideways. 2-on-1 here to the Crocodiles. How will they work it? Good tackle by the Waratahs. Player needs to get rid of it, and the umpire, he said, give it to me. I thought he had time to get rid of that. Very, very lucky there, and the umpire's going to throw it up.
That's a really tricky call, isn't it, whether you had prior opportunity or not.
Did beautifully. Did Brodie Carroll. The ball comes down from the ruck contest, now goes to Michael Bowden. Quick kick out up to half forward. Rozier was there, couldn't grab hold of it. The Tars defence really standing up nicely here at the moment. Well done there from Matthew Blake. Long kick out. Gilhouse couldn't grab hold of it. Brennan Cam got a quick kick away as only he could. Grabs it with one hand and kicks it with the opposite foot.
On the opposite foot.
He is a freak. How did he do that?
If I tried to do that, I would have fallen over. I could have confused myself.
Yeah, you don't know which one's actually working.
No.
I'd end up breaking my leg or something.
Brilliantly done. Ruck contest again now. Gilhouse up against Westerberg. Neither could really get there. The ball goes to the back. Josiah Farrer released Michael Bowden by hand. He stepped inside beautifully. Goes long and then reading the play beautifully down there. Just trying to pick up that player. May have been Gucci. Reels off a kick here to Godden. Puts him under pressure. Godden with the hand close to the boundary line. Nice little pick up again. McCarthy it was. Chain of handballs. Flanagan runs away from Farrer.
Great effort
beautifully. Long kick into the middle of the ground. McAdam just causes a little bit of spillage. Goes backwards here to a teammate. Now they've got a little bit of space. Rory O'Brien in the midfield takes the mark. What can he do from here?
Rory O'Brien goes out wide looking for Mummery. 1-on-1. Good body work. The ball bounces to the back. Under pressure here. Mummery just wasn't watching the footy. Picked up by McCarthy. Done well in the back line the last couple of minutes. McCarthy kicks it out wide to a teammate, and Stevens got a paddock in front of him. Misses his target. A poor kick there in the end. Mopped up by Smith. Gets it back to Farrer. That's Josiah. Has a teammate all on his own in centre wing. Drops the footy. Needs to get rid of it. Does Rozier. I think he's hurt himself. We'll keep with the play. A good tackle by Barlow. And the umpire's going to call a stop to play here.
If that is Rozier, well, there's the siren bringing to a close. That is Rozier down there, isn't it?
I thought it...
If it is Rozier, something something serious must happen, because he's a very tough player.
Yeah, he is. I thought it was Rozier. We'll just watch.
So it's quarter time here then. Southern Districts 4-2, leading Waratahs 2 goals.
Yep, definitely is Rozier. It just looks like a leg injury. It might be an ankle.
Was that contact with a player, or did he just come to a stop himself?
I didn't see any contact.
Yeah, I thought that it was more of a twisting, sort of something happened, and then he's gone to ground.
She's flying down to Alice today. Don't forget to put away the garden furniture.
Yep, got it.
And just remember the TIO weather alerts. Garden furniture!
Love you too.
She's off, but he's still got TIO. They cover you for territory weather, cyclone, storm surge, flood, hail, and they're local, so they can respond fast.
TIO, storm staying, kids.
Absolutely zero.
Zero.
Yeah, definitely.
It has to be zero.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's asking too much.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's high gear we get in, but also service details and safety checks.
It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1 bun with ice, no pinkos.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Time to escape, 'cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. I'm moving far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here. Are you overrun with rubbish and need a skip bin? For easy disposal from your garden cleanup, renovation or spring clean? When you think skip bins, think NTRS. NTRS, your friendly, reliable and local waste disposal company.
At quarter time, Southern District 4-2-26, Waratah 2-0-12. If everybody can please make their way off the field, we're moving into the second quarter. If you can please make your way off the field, thank you.
Owen obviously been on a Melbourne list, you know, supported assistant coaches, different clubs, so he's taken his time, and some people, when they feel right, when he thinks he knows his systems and the things that he wants to introduce into football into his own team, and he feels comfortable, and I think he's chosen the right time to get involved.
And remember, he was the assistant coach for Southern Districts last year in the premiership year, so if someone knows the structures of Shannon Rusker and his team, it's definitely Ryan Ayres.
Yeah, yes, that's true.
He's in a good position, isn't he? And speaking of that, I thought the last 5 to 10 minutes there of that quarter, even though Southern Districts were getting it well into their forward line, I thought the Waratah defence were rebounding really, really well.
I reckon both of the defensive groups are on top here. It's hard to get through.
It is hard to get through, and I was interested that they started, as in Southern District, started Jared Brennan at full forward and Will Farah at half forward. Will Farah's really struggled, I think, this season. And you could see that happened last week as well. I think he only kicked 1 goal against Tiwi last week. He's had a couple of touches out here, but from a lead, you know, the great leading forward that he is, he's a shadow of that player at the moment.
I think he's got back injuries. I think he's had really bad back injuries, and of course, yeah, the leap probably isn't there as much as what we're used to seeing as Will Farah. I mean, he kicked 100 goals, what, 2 seasons ago?
That's right, he was 100 goals.
And I think teams get accustomed to the way you play, and they, you know, after years of getting used to playing against Will Farah, they put in things in their back line to help deal with that work.
It's interesting to see the goal kickers that we have. It's all smalls in a sense. Shane Thorne, you've had Michael Mummery kick a goal, Clinton Gallio.
And they've and Shane Thorne, Michael Mummery, and Barlow, they all had snaps, and they were a bit hit and miss, so they really took advantage of that.
They sure did.
They're doing a good job on Koopman. For sure.
Thomas, I'm just asking you, when your confidence is down, it's hard. What brings it back? We go and kick a bag, I suppose.
A lot of I don't know. It could change. It takes that X factor player to turn it on and inspire your team. But really, it comes down to, I think, strong leaders within your group to put that trust and that belief and that confidence in the things that you've done for years and all year in that training that Southern Districts have done and trained all year in the last few years being involved in finals. They're going to rely on that tonight.
That's what I reckon Will Farah is. I mean, he's still good, but his confidence is down.
And I mean, Waratahs are missing their captain, probably their best defender, and Justin Bugler as well. So they're doing really, really well. The back six.
And what happened to Waddell? He was not. We thought he'd play, but he wasn't named. And
no,
he's on there, but he just hasn't touched the footy.
We haven't seen. Okay. Well, he's better get involved. Otherwise, I'll take him off the list.
Geez, you're a harsh man, Charlie. You're not quite sure where he's actually playing, Charlie.
So second quarter here about to get underway.
Inside 50, just in front of Tutupu.
There he is. Umpire with it aloft. Dominic to get us away in the second quarter.
Again, Gilhouse up against Westerberg. Gilhouse taps it forward. Shuffled initially there by Districts. Good little tap out to Brennan, who got a kick inside 50. Here he is now. Will Farah, nice move. Handball to Rory O'Brien. Set him up initially, good enough to take the tackle. Handballs off to Michael Bowden. Beautiful pass, dropped by Gallio. Flicked up, not a throw, said the umpire. Ball went to Bowden, quick kick. Now the defence of Waratah into the action. Long kick, mark taken. Great courage by Zach Smith, who did beautifully. Took that well, now delivered it out to Shane Thorne, who takes it on centre wing.
Shane Thorne kicked a goal in the first quarter. Goes long for Farah. Good leap. Spoke about his leap, and he just showed us.
There it is, isn't it good to see?
Yeah.
Took it at a full stretch there, Will Farah. So still 60 metres out. A poor kick in the end. It's going to find a teammate. Hand passes over his head to Staunton. Under pressure, Jared Brennan puts on the tackle and the ball goes out of bounds 45 metres around from the Southern District's goal.
Potentially a good moment there, Charlie's been involved early, hasn't he? Both quarters he's been involved early.
Well, he got the confidence with that good mark, and then the poor kick might have taken it all back off him.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Don't jinx him, Charlie.
Boundary throw in now. The big men come to it. Gilhouse did well. Got it to Brennan. There it is. The right hand, the left boot, high up and under. Mummery underneath it. Couldn't grab it in. Players fighting for it hard here. The little handball comes out to Mummery. Touches it, lets it go. Back onto it again. They keep flicking it around here. Gallio over it, I think it might be. It held in, and the umpire's going to ping him for it because he had control of the footy. It wasn't Gallio. It might have been Stewart here for Southern Districts. In fact, Stephen Stewart. And he's pinged for it. Ave Anchors to take the free kick deep in the right back pocket.
Just a chip kick over to a teammate. Mackenzie. Looks up. It's a booming kick to numbers. Tupu at the back, just takes out Gilhouse. Well done, he crushed the pack he needed to. Quick kick forward by Bowden. Bounces over the top of Jared Brennan. Jared Brennan tries it, goes in again. Just a second effort. Gallio gets there to help him. Mummery goes past the footy. Well done to Waratahs. An up and under kick. 2-on-1. Gilhouse is there, brings the ball to ground. Look out for Cantilla, number 1 there for Waratahs. Kicks it off the ground to his advantage. Still going for it. Well done, Josiah Farah. The high tackle from the Waratahs player by Michael Bowden. So the free kick is going to go to Barrett on centre wing for the Waratahs.
This is where Waratahs would want to push all of their players into their forward line, bring their defenders up, so when they kick the ball in deep, they can lock it in there and gain territory.
Barrett now kick to a teammate.
High Fen.
Gee, no free kick. Barlow gathers, quick handball release, goes looking for Gallio, flicks it up beautifully there, goes to the teammate in Brook. Back to Barlow. Bowden on the outside of the left boot finds Shane Thorne, who's been very clean with his use of the footy so far. Steps inside magnificently. Matthew Blake didn't know what he was doing. Long kick on goal. The Flyers are there. No mark taken by Brennan. Ball still close to the goal square.
To get rid of
Tackle here in trouble. The ball just pushed out, and then Tar's defenders wrapping it up again. District saying, how come we didn't get that free kick a bit earlier? The umpire saying, I'll take it and toss it up. 15 metres out, dead in front of goal.
That's umpire Mark Noonan. He's having some serious words to a few players out there.
Gilhouse wins a tap down, but sharked by the Waratahs player. Kicks it to a one-on-one. Well done by Martin, just to use his body there against Tutupu. Here's that man Barlow, just clever play, gets the ball over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in.
If you look here, Southern Districts, as the ball's gone in, they brought all their players up. That's why when they're having contests here on the wing, they're able to squash it and take it out of bounds.
Dominic, before you start the call, just keep an eye on Dean Staunton. He's stretching his hamstring. He does not look right for the last couple of minutes.
Boundary throw in now. Gilhouse again against Westerberg. Gilhouse was complaining as soon as the ball left their hands.
He's lucky. I've done that in my game before and they've set play on, so he was lucky he got that one.
He was asking for the boundary umpire to redo it, and thankfully for him, the central umpire agreed. They're starting a long way back. Westerberg trying to hold him off. He's such a strong man, Gilhouse. Shoved Westerberg out of the way. Westerberg, the ball comes to him, released by hand, found a teammate in Carroll. Carroll went to Anchors, but out of bounds, and they'll do it all over again.
Abe Anchors, such a crucial player, isn't he? Really heart and soul of the team.
So as they reset, Westerberg, Gilhouse again just takes it out of the ruck, kicks it forward, but the free kick's going against him for a hold.
Well, he didn't have the ball, the other guy.
So Westerberg's going to take the free kick on centre wing, being reported in the first quarter. The big Waratah's ruckman, being one of their most consistent players this season. Up and under kick. Tupu goes high, comes to the back, got him, gets there first, probably should have kept his feet. The hand pass comes out to the back. Toma gets it forward and all by himself was a Waratah's player. And that's Kiranua. So Henry Kiranua directly in front, is going to kick it from about 45. Just too easy there for Waratahs.
Come back a long way.
So can he kick their third goal? They're behind by 14 points. Nearly 6 minutes gone in the second quarter. So Henry Kiranua comes in. No breeze whatsoever. Just 2 steps. And he's just scraped it over the line. Well done, Henry Kiranua. As casual as you like, mind you, but he gets the goal and Waratahs have their third. Now they trail by 18 points.
Yeah, he's lucky he got it over the line.
18,
if Southern Districts had marked that on the line, there was a lot of free players and a lot of space to move into and attack from.
But 2 steps and just as casual as you like, Henry Kiranua. So 8 points of difference here, 6.5 minutes gone in the second quarter.
Earlier today, that big win to NITV, the first team into the grand final. 90-point winners over the Tiwi Bombers. 22 goals, 17 to 9 goals, 5.
Gilhouse flies high, taps the ball down. Westerberg fighting for it hard at ground level. Got it out to a teammate in Flanagan. He's put under pressure by Barlow. Spun the 360, allowed to release by hand. Was looking for Jordan Gardner. Now Gallio will be first there, close to centre wing. Gathers, just handball straight back to a Waratah opponent. Ball kicked up towards half forward. What magic can we see now? Was that kicking in danger? It doesn't matter. The ball's been flicked around. District's defenders getting in amongst the action. The ball handballed now to Barrett. He's normally a good user of the footy. Kicks deep into the right forward pocket. Looking down there for Sam Godden. Couldn't find him. The ball out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. All of a sudden, Charlie, Waratah
starting to look good. Do you know what I like about them? The low little handballs that they do, Thomas. They're quicker and faster, aren't they? To unload the ball with a handball.
They're classy midfielders. You know, they do a lot of drills these days at training where you're handballing in close and moving around and trying to find that extra at the stoppage.
Cantilla finds Godden and all by himself is Barrett. He takes the mark, 45 out. Have to kick it from about 50. 45-degree angle. Usually a good kick at the footy is Cameron Barrett. So Waratahs seem to have the momentum at the moment under pressure of the Southern District's defenders. Geez, a slight breeze favouring him. There's not much here tonight in the way of a breeze. Very humid conditions. Can Barrett go back and kick the second goal of this quarter for Waratahs? That momentum is just swinging the way of Waratahs. 2 steps off the 50 and hits the post halfway up. So we're behind. Waratahs register their first behind. So 7 points the difference. 8.5 minutes gone in the second quarter.
Those damn posts get in the way of some good goals, don't they?
They're a worry. Sean Martin brings the ball back into play. Now the long bomb from the back pocket, looking there for Barlow. Taps it, looking for McAdam. The ball ultimately socketed out over the boundary line. And free kick. It's going to be a free kick for...
Must have come off his shin.
Out of bounds on the full. To Tupu to take the free kick. Centre wing right under the scoreboard. Districts just in the lead here. 26 to 19.
Oh.
Big kick from Tupu. The Flyers are there. Sean Martin missed it at the back of the pack. Qatars get there first. No, they can't.
Ooh.
And 2 players collide and down.
That's Waddell. I reckon he's hurt himself.
Waddell.
Quick kick out by Southern Districts. Gallio on a one-on-one. Well done to Flanagan. Both go to ground. Flanagan using his body Well done, just a chip kick by Cantillo, gets it to his mate Kiranua, links up with Carroll. Carroll passed it to a teammate, and Toma had a lot more time than what he realised there. Waratah, you can just see the momentum has gone their way in the last couple of minutes, Charlie.
Well, they worked that nicely to get it to Toma, and he was in space, and then he hurried it at the last second.
Again, Barlow and Charlie McAdam working the ball beautifully here at half back. And soccer from the Waratah defence. Nice use of the footy. Good hands from Zobel. Finds Gooch. Now the bomb. Looking to go inside 50. Toma couldn't take the mark. Ball comes to Brennan. Tries to release it through the legs. Does do so. Little chip coming up here to Henry Kiranua. District's having to work very hard here in defence. The long bomb. No mark taken, and the ball bounces out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Half forward for Waratah, and they are doing all the attacking here. 10.5 minutes in. Southern District still in the lead though. 4-2-26. Waratah 3-3-21.
Just applying a lot of pressure, not letting Southern Districts have clear kicks out of defence. You know, forces turnovers on the wing, and then Waratahs are able to put it back in.
The umpires called it back, so the boundary thrower needs to throw it again. Tupu took it straight out of the ruck.
Thomas, you regret it later on, don't you, if you don't, when you've got this, you know, play working for you, you don't convert and kick goals?
Yeah, you got to kick goals.
Yeah, there's you know, and one thing is there's just not enough goal kicking practice done at training these days, and it's a skill that definitely needs to be mastered.
I'm with you on that. Jared Brennan just stopped, so the ball's gone out of bounds for deliberate. So he just stopped, and the Waratahs player took it over. Smart play by Jared Brennan. It was either going to work for him or against him. Just caught around on his mark, centre wing. Just a chip kick over to a teammate. That's Staunton. Hand passes back, still looks a bit ginger. It's it back to Brennan, drives it long into the 50, top of the 50. A good mark there by Gallio.
How often do you see this, Natasha, where you have all of the play one team and then the other team just rushes it down and kicks a goal?
Kicks it to a one-on-one. Ed Barlow just uses his body perfectly and gets his second goal of the game. Just perfect body work, positioned himself brilliantly in that goal square, and just an easy goal. So, as you were saying, Charlie, just the momentum turned, and they go down the other end for the first time in a couple of minutes and kick the goal.
That's exactly right. You know, Jared Brennan goes long to a contest. Gallio strong, takes a contested mark, goes back, puts it in deep to the goal square, and smart player Ed Barlow knows how to body out and takes a mark and converts after all of that pressure from Waratahs.
Just too strong there in the goal line.
And that good body work by him, though. Explain that, Thomas, for viewers and listeners.
It's just understanding where the ball's going to drop. It's protecting that space. With a defender trying to get around Ed Barlow, they're going to have a difficult time, especially when he's got his shoulder, you know, pressed against his defender, and you know, as tall as he is, putting his arms out, it's going to be hard to stop.
Ball now from the midfield, from that ruck contest. Tars driving it inside 50 again. Good work from Valance. Got it back here to a teammate now through Zach Smith, out wide, and a nice mark taken close to the boundary there by Charlie McAdam.
Had a good game so far, McAdam.
He has, working well. It's teamed well with Ed Barlow on more than one occasion. Long bomb now, the high flyer there. That's a nice mark. Godden, I think it was, goes sideways here to Anchors. Centre wing are Tars. In a little bit of trouble here, Ave Anchors has to go back to Godden, needs to use the ball well. That is extremely dangerous. Will Farrer cuts it off, falls to Henry Kiranua, goes by hand to a teammate in McCarthy. He was caught, released the ball. Henry Kiranua coming in. Gallio has the ball in midfield. He's held on to, and there's a bit of a box on going at half forward there, but the umpire says, I'll take the ball and ball it up in midfield. Well done, Southern Districts, to cut that off.
Ruckman set. Tupu and McGregor. McGregor over the back, did well against the bigger man. Gallio goes in head first. The umpire says play on. He ducked into that. Jared Brennan's trying to come out. He jumps over the pack, gets it on his left foot. Will Farrer goes without it. Gallio hand passes to himself. Good pick up by Abe Ankins. Needs to get rid of it. He does. It's an up and under kick. How's it going to bounce? Not in favour for Zach Smith, but there's that man again. Jared Brennan. It's stolen from him. Well done to Toma. Kicks it forward. Waddell at the back. Punches down, looking for the Crummers. Just shakes the tackle. Good work by Kiranua over the top to Barrett. Gives it back to Waddell. Waddell on the left. And I reckon he's kicked it. He has. Sam Waddell has hardly had a touch. He's Bennett's teammate and went for goal himself. teammate every day of the week.
Well, just as well he kicked it, Thomas, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. There a lot of pressure there from Southern Districts going back the other way. You can see how valuable Jared Brennan is at those stoppages. He just, you know, a lot of players would get caught with the ball and there'd be another baller, but Jared Brennan seems to get his arms around and get a foot onto it somehow and get a clearance.
You can see Carroll.
Yeah.
Carroll's like, what about the hand passes that sails over through the goals?
Carroll did really well in all of that, didn't he? He did. He got caught and he was still able to get the handball out.
That was a good play.
Had the Shannon Rioli shimmy, did he?
Yeah, he did. And Brodie Carroll came up and gave Waddell a little high five at the end with a smile. As we see Tutupu winning another ruck contest. Heavy tackle laid in the middle of the ground and then another. Players dive in here. It's certainly getting willing. It is an elimination final after all. Southern Districts 5-2-32. Tars 4-3-27. 15 minutes gone. Tutupu grabs it out of the ruck. He's becoming a dominant player. Carroll couldn't take the mark. Bowden pushes it forward over the footy. Was McGregor. Tutupu, I think, got that footy out. Lovely little handball comes out to Carroll. Now he's got himself a handball. Kick up towards Barrett, but it was over his head. Poor kick in the end. Josiah Farah cuts it off and then streams through defensive 50, looking now for a target.
Has it bounced, just misses his target. Hand pass over the top. The umpire says that's okay. Pass it to Gallio. Played brilliantly so far. Hand pass over the top to Valance. Gets it on his boot. Oh, good work by Waratahs on centre wing here. Goes the body. It's the big man in Stewart. Gets the ball out. Shane Thorne. Gets the ball out again to a teammate. Quickly onto the boot. It comes to Koopman. Good defensive work by Waratahs. Anchors is there. Has Waddell all by himself on centre wing. He can turn and go. He will give it to the runner going past. He doesn't. Ignores everyone. And hits Josiah Farah on the chest, comes through centre wing, drives it back into the 50. Will Farah doesn't take the mark. So poor play, and then tackles a player without the footy, and he's going to give away the free kick. Sam Waddell burnt a teammate that time and then hit an errant kick in the end. Oh.
So Tars now with the free kick. Long kick coming out close to the boundary. Well, Waddell, he's become the go-to man in the last minute and a half.
We're wondering where he was.
He's taken a cracking mark close to the boundary. What can he do with this kick? Target is Tutupu, just out bodies easily an opponent in the form of Beau Schwarz. No wonder, 110 kilos is Tutupu.
Look how big he is.
Well on top here, Tarzan.
They are. His kick is poor, Tutupu. McAdam read it really well, cut it off. Long, quick, straight to Waddell. He couldn't grab hold of it. Nice little tap forward there for Southern Districts by Tim Brook. Now Tars with the turnover. Waddell with the one-hander. He's everywhere.
There's a fight on back play.
There is a blue on behind the scenes here. Waddell's just been invited to play on by the umpire. That's a good kick. Dropped by his teammate there in Anchors. Anchors a dangerous kick now. Inside 50, off hands. Westerberg comes to Carroll. Keranua. Cantilla it was. Can it come to the back of the pack? Westerberg did beautifully. Fires it out to Tutupu. On goal. He's kicked up behind. Tars exerting pressure, just not getting reward for effort at this stage.
And just for those players fighting, sorry, Thomas, just a reminder, preliminary final next week.
Yeah.
Just a score before we go to Thomas. Southern Districts 5-2-32, Waratah 4-4-28.
In finals, you just find what I'm seeing is just in the last few minutes of this game, the big men are really going to start playing a role with their contested marks and body work.
Abe Anchors tries to get a hand pass out. It's intercepted by Gallio. But there is McGregor. Districts, quick kick forward by Barrett. Just puts it into the hot spot. There's two players there for Waratahs. Good communication. I reckon that was Godden that just shielded his player away from the ball and just let his teammate come in and mark it.
Toma, I think it is.
That was just a... That is Toma. Played well. Directly in front. Kick it from about 30. So to the hot spot, Barrett. It was a good kick. Put it to the hot spot. Toma took the mark. Easy as you like. And he's hit the close 3/4 of the way up. Just too casual for that kick. Their kicks, their turnovers and their kicking at the moment, Waratahs is just killing them.
Could have put his team in front.
Could have. Missed. 9 scoring shots to 7 Waratah. They trail here by 3 points, and that is out of bounds on the full, is it?
I reckon it was touched.
Jared Brennan.
Yeah.
I don't think it was touched at all, was it? I don't think it went out of bounds without being touched.
Let's see. There's a bit of communication here between the umpires. Just checking.
I reckon that's gone out of bounds without anyone touching it.
And you're right, Charlie King.
Oh, Charlie King.
I'm watching closely from here. So I'm the eye in the sky for the umpires.
Bailey Zobel here with the free kick. Goes inboard, finds Flanagan. Jared Brennan, the man on the mark. Flanagan called to play on here. He did take a few steps forward. Goes back to Zobel. Kicks it long. That is a poor kick. Poor kick inside 50. Kicked it straight to Gilhouse. Left back pocket takes the mark. And standing his mark now is Jordan Gardner.
20 minutes gone, the second quarter. 3 points. Southern District's in the lead. Hand passes to back to Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne with a good tackle. Carroll. Underneath it is Waddell. Should have gone for the mark, but Clint Gallio, probably one of the best players for Southern District so far tonight. Has a play all by himself, and O'Brien turns and goes, delivers it into the 50. Will Farah with the jump. Good spoil from McCarthy. Picked up by Waratahs. They have the numbers. Barrett, he's getting himself into the game. Kicks it over to Carroll. Carroll on centre wing. Doesn't usually turn it over either, Carroll. Decision maker. It's an up and under kick. And Gilhouse just got rid of his opponent, then couldn't take the mark, goes in for a second effort, taps it forward to his advantage, kicks it off the ground, goes straight to Flanagan. Flanagan plays on, dances around Mummery, and a poor kick again into the 50. The Waratahs, they just can't hit their targets in the 50, Charlie.
Yeah, they're going to pay for it because they've had so much of the play in this quarter and really haven't converted it on the scoreboard.
Shaw's now deep inside his defensive 50. That's a lovely kick. Finds O'Brien. Plays on quickly. Goes to Martin. He can kick a ball if he chooses to go long here. Goes out wide looking for McGregor. In fact, it was Gillen McLaughlin. Dropped the mark, but it worked really nicely for him. Goes through half forward. Little handball comes to Staunton. Again releases by hand. Goes to Stewart. Koopman. Beautiful build-up. Nice mark taken. Dylan McLaughlin in the right forward pocket takes a grab.
They've taken the ball up from the kick-out, done coast to coast, and what they did was they attacked through the middle, hit the short one, was able to play on.
So
we haven't really seen that.
Big kick.
There's a big kick. Now he cannot go off the mark here. He has to go straight at goal. The half-time siren has sounded. District's in the lead by 3 points. So Dylan McLaughlin will find himself about 10 or 15 metres in from the boundary here. He'll kick from inside 50. Crosses 50 now. Kick is on its way. And it's going to fall short. And the Tars defenders just slap it away. So no score registered here at half-time.
So the score here at half-time, Southern District's 5-2, leading Waratah 4-5. Let's have some...
She's flying down to Alice today. Don't forget to put away the garden furniture.
Yep, got it.
And just remember the TIO weather alerts. Garden furniture!
Love you too.
She's off, but he's still got TIO. They cover you for territory weather, cyclone, storm surge, flood, hail, and they're local, so they can respond fast.
TIO, the storm's staying, kids.
Absolutely zero. Zero.
Yeah, definitely.
It has to be zero.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's asking too much.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennett's high gear we get in, but also its service details and safety checks.
It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes of sauce, coffee white with 1 bun with ice in it.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Time to escape, 'cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm moving far and wide.
overrun with rubbish and need a skip bin for easy disposal from your garden cleanup, renovation or spring clean? When you think skip bins, think NTRS. NTRS, your friendly, reliable and local waste disposal company.
At half-time, Southern Districts 5-32, Waratah 4-5-29. Special mention to our sponsors tonight, TIO, Towards Zero.
The NTFL clubs and umpires would like to share the following events and messages and thank their sponsors for the 2018-2019 TIO NTFL season.
Coca-Cola, Statewide Super, No More, Flight Centre, Kazales, Palmerston Club, Sterling and Team, Kennard Tyre, Intersport. And thank you to all our media partners, 7 News Darwin, NTV, Mix 104.9 and Hot 100. Behind our NEAFL and VFL WNT Thunder teams. One membership, 2 teams. Just $60 for a standard membership gets you a member pack, plus 16 home games, dual fixture magnet, card and lanyard, button sticker, study.
For more information, please visit the relevant club or umpire's Facebook page.
There are plenty of other options. Jump on to ntthunder.com.au for more information. Invitations have been sent out to the Nichols Medal and tickets are now on sale. Come down and speak to us for more information to ensure you don't miss out on who will be crowned this year's Nichols medalist.
led by 14 points at quarter time, but the second quarter belonged to Tars. They reduced that by 11 points down to 3 points. So it's set up for a pretty good finish. Don't leave us whatever you do. It's going to be a good game here. Dominic McCormack, we're looking forward to sharing the second half with viewers and listeners.
Absolutely, Charlie. Should be an excellent second half here. Waratah, I thought, really began to take control of the game in the latter half of that second quarter. Still trail. They've had 9 scoring shots to 7. They had opportunities to be maybe even 2 goals in front, just didn't kick straight, didn't hit targets inside 50. I'm sure Ryan Ayres would have chatted quietly to them about that. If they can tidy that up, they've had many opportunities and certainly are right in this game. Southern Districts, on the other hand, I thought had quite a bit of footy around the midfield, but what can they do with that? Their ball work inside 50 hasn't been all that tidy, and they haven't really had targets there either.
So we can see directly down in front of us here, Ryan Ayres with his team in front of him. Every single player standing in front of him. They've got their arms wrapped around each other, looking him in the eyes. What would he be saying down there, Thomas Mobley?
I think both teams are in it at the moment, so I think both coaches will be staying, you know, demanding their players to stick to their structures, stick to what they know, be confident in what they're doing, and just go out there and execute that.
Umpires about to make their way out. Tash, how's it going to go in this second half?
Yeah, I think so far it's been a game of 2 defences. I think the Southern District's defence have held up really well, and so have Waratah's. So, you know, it's probably why they've stopped a few goals, but definitely Waratah's had the momentum in that second quarter and probably wasted a few opportunities, as Dominic spoke about. So it'll be interesting to see. You know, they say the third quarter's a premiership quarter, and of course Southern Districts have the experience from winning the flag last year, but Waratah's have a good group down there, and Sam Waddell was really starting to get his hands on the ball in that second quarter, and he looked dangerous.
Umpires make their way out there. Beautiful conditions for footy, isn't it, this time of the year? You know, a few clouds came over, a little overcast during the day. The lights are here.
And it's
surface
packed.
is nice and green, nice and cool.
It's absolutely packed here. Look at all the kids out on the oval. It's a good atmosphere tonight, that's for sure. I think I nearly had to park about 20 k's away when I come back after leaving after my game to come back and commentate. It's really packed here, and it's good to see, and all the kids out there as well, and the supporters. So territory footy is definitely thriving at the moment.
Yeah, good huddle too. A lot of supporters around those huddles out there. Tars now running out onto the ground. They're running. Interesting how teams go out there to warm up again. They run forwards, backwards, sideways. They grab it and then they go down and touch the ground in front of them and do all those little things. We did that, Dom, years ago, didn't we?
Oh, maybe. That's a long time ago now, John.
You got it. It's so long ago we can't remember.
Sometimes we run out there and I look and think, where's half of the team when they're still stretching or getting a water, just to avoid the warm-up after half-time.
All teams have their own way of warming up, don't they, Thomas? What do Wanderers have? Similar to what Tars are doing?
Yeah, you just go out there, swing the legs around. I'm usually at the back. I feel about 40 years old. I usually head into the goal square for a sprint, but I saved that for the first effort in the game, I reckon.
Are you a good talker out on the ground? We watch you play, but are you a good talker to your teammates?
Talker? Yeah, definitely like having a chat and getting involved that way. But the players I play around, won't put a bit of pressure on them with my words and that, but definitely like voicing myself to my teammates, but we're all out there to win.
So Ryan Ayres out there is coaching Tars. He's a first-year coach, and your team, of course, Wanderers, your first-year coach was Peter Scrubber Leonard. How do you go? Do you think? I mean, you didn't do that well on the win-loss ratio, but how do you face that?
Yeah, well, I think it's about being realistic about where your team's at. We're not in a premiership window. We went through that stage, so we're more in a development stage. So it's just about resetting your goals for your team, and aiming towards the development of those juniors, and then hopefully we can have another crack in a couple of years.
So Wanderers have been a powerful club for such a long time, Dom. You know that well.
Just fantastic. It's been wonderful to watch, and it's great to be able to hear your thoughts now, Thomas, having watched so many of your really good games of footy.
And not get frustrated as well with the young players coming through. I know a few games there, the scoreboard probably didn't reflect what you wanted to, but you kept building, and towards the end of the season you come home, in strides, and those players now with the experience, I think you're really going to be a force next year.
I still remember seeing Thomas kicked 10. I think, Thomas, that was all those years ago, but stays in my memory.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I don't talk too much about it because Buffaloes weren't going too crash on at that time. But
I'll still take it.
A lazy 10 off the boot of Thomas Motlop was just a terrific move out that forward. Second half about to get underway here. Umpire holds it alive. Here's Dominic McCormack.
A starting combination that we haven't seen before. Tutupu up against Gilhouse. Tutupu wins it down, goes back in and has another crack at it. Went to pick it up, has picked it up, but there's a free kick given. And the free kick has gone here to Southern Districts. They will be able to bring the ball out from the middle. Long kick inside 50. No mark taken. Districts here in numbers. Farah got a touch on it. He's been involved in every quarter early. Had a little opportunity to soccer it away. Missed the ball. Tars have done the same. Good tackle laid here. That's come from Bailey Zobel. Ball's come out to Koopman. Tried to dash away with it, but the umpire's already called it to himself, and there'll be a ball up just inside 50.
Tom, can I just tell you, there's got a message here. Waratah forward Shem Tupupu is ex-Hawthorn, New Zealand born of Samoan heritage. His father is Tony Tupupu, who played for the Auckland Warriors in the NRL during the 1990s.
There you go.
Jeez.
And he's 110 kilos. He's a monster, and he's doing very well out here this evening.
And he's actually named after his uncle, who played international rugby for Samoa.
Set up to centre wing. Crocodiles with the hand passes. They're down one player, so Rosia is out for the rest of the game. So they're down a rotation, and Shane Thorne's not looking too good on the bench either. So it's interesting here for Southern Districts. Cantilla moves around, just misses his target. To the back is Bowden. Look away, hand pass to Martin. It's intercepted here. Kim Cantilla kicks it off the ground, not to the advantage of himself. Picked up. Josiah Farah kicks it to a teammate in Brook, and it just goes out of bounds. So looking dangerous here, Waratahs, to start this third quarter.
Tutupu's going to head down. I think it's important to get him in the ruck against Gilhouse. I think Westberg's having trouble with Gilhouse's size. So with a player of his talent, obviously, and AFL club's looking at him. So I'd just get him around the ball.
That's exactly what's happening at this ruck contest. Gilhouse against Tutupu, and Tutupu is able to hold him off, but the ball goes to the back, straight to Gilhouse. Got a nice little ball to Rory O'Brien. Districts now through the middle of the ground. Running hard at it was Beau Schwarz. Can he take possession? He can't. He can. He's tackled. He's dropped to ground. And now he's going to win a free kick for a high tackle.
Gee.
Charlie, I'll leave you to comment on that.
Tars were well away then, and umpire picked a free kick out of it.
So Schwartz looks for Mummery, dropped the mark that he should have taken on centre wing. Koopman dashes away, hand pass over the top to a teammate in Staunton. Staunton over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin from 48 metres. It's going to bounce through. It does. So Southern District start the third quarter with a goal. And you can hear the crowd still not happy with the free kick in the centre square, but the goal was kicked by McLaughlin.
That was a great play. Dean Staunton received the ball off Kaufman. Dean knew that McLaughlin was behind him. He sort of just put it into the space and he ran onto it.
Yeah, good look away. Hand pass there by Dean Staunton. And McLaughlin just got his balance, kicked it from 48 and it bounces through. So good start to Southern Districts.
Hopefully Southern Districts come out and respond. It was hard to gauge either team's form. Waratah's beating Buffaloes twice, who I thought were going out of form, and Southern Districts losing to Tiwi and Nightcliff, who are sort of on top of their game at the moment.
Tutupu up in ruck against Gilhouse again, and a free kick to be paid here in the middle of the ground. And it's gone for a hold, so it's gone against Staunton, and Abe Ankers to take that free. Drills a pass in to a teammate here in Barrett. Barrett at half forward. High, up and under. No mark taken. Kiranua fighting for it, putting the pressure on. Oh, someone said their legs taken out there, and that will be a free kick to Waratah. And the free kick here to go to Zach Westerberg. And a 50-metre penalty as well, but that's just really poor discipline.
Stewart, I think that's given that 50 away.
It breaks a coach's heart, you know. 50 metres out, you give away a 50-metre penalty. So unnecessary, Tom, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's very costly, and the umpires have been really hot on it this season, but regardless of whether they're worth it or not, it's just important to keep your mouth shut in finals like this.
So McLaughlin kicked a goal a moment ago. Zach Westerberg within 30 seconds puts a goal on the board. So almost 5 minutes gone here in this all-important third quarter. Southern District 6-2-38. Waratah restore the three-point margin, 5-5-35.
becomes the 5th goal scorer for Waratah. Does Zach Westerberg?
Yeah, all singles, aren't they, Charlie?
All singles, yeah.
Back in the middle. Gilhouse and Tutupu. Gilhouse just wins a tap down. Barlow goes without it. So does Anchors. Just taps it out to a teammate. Kicks it out wide. Finds the chest of his teammate on centre wing. That was a bullet-like pass that found Cantilla. Just forward to centre wing. Just pops it over the top to a teammate. Good work by Charlie McAdam. Made sure he didn't give away the free kick with the front-on contact. Comes out. Tilla's in there. He's getting held off the ball by Bowden. And the free kick, the umpire has awarded Kim Cantilla. Hand passes back to Barrett. Got a long kick, dances around one. Hand passes to Carroll. Carroll on the left. Puts it to the hot spot. Gilhouse is going to get there. He does. Anchors tries to butt up. No, he clears a path for Barrett. Barrett goes without it. Gordon picks it up. Hand passes it in front of him. Gilhouse goes, good body work there. Comes back to McLaughlin. Just a no-look kick, and it's going to fall into the arms of the Waratahs play. No, he just misread it. Michael Mummery needs to get rid of it. Thought that was a tackle, and the umpire's called him. Yeah, he's called him just in front of the boundary. That's a good tackle by McKenzie. McKenzie can't find his teammate. Barlow's there. McAdam is there for the Crocodiles. Hand pass over the top, puts Barlow under enormous pressure. Does it stay in? And it just is a good touch finder in the end by Ed Barlow, and the umpire says throw it in front of the Waratahs crowd.
Gee, the pressure's right on here, Thomas, isn't it?
Yeah, both teams have really had trouble going inside with those short 45 kicks to try to break the game open. They've been stopped and turned over at every occasion.
Boundary throw in now right in front of our commentary position. 38 plays 35. Tight, hard contest. Tutupu against Gilhouse. Tupu won it down, but Koopman did well to win the footy, reel off a handball, got it to Barlow. Geez, quick with his hand, foot and brain, and got it forward there to a teammate in Beau Schwarz. He was not so quick and bundled over the boundary line just as he was kicking the footy, and the footy out of bounds as well. So a boundary throw in, right forward pocket, 25 to 30 around from the Southern Districts goal.
And that's a win for Southern Districts. They get it into their forward line, they get their midfielders down, they get to reset and apply pressure again.
Good battle here between Gilhouse and Tutupu. Gilhouse holding on there, got his hands clear. Ball goes to Brennan. He's brought to ground without the footy. No free, says the umpire. McAdam charges at it, manages to get around Jordan Gardner, and then delivers the ball beautifully to Koopman. Gee, that was well done by Charlie McAdam. And Koopman, he is a very good goal kicker. An opportunity here to kick the 7th for the Crocodiles.
Charlie McAdam's been amongst the better players for Southern Districts for many, many games this season. He's had a good year. I reckon he'll poll well in their best and fairest. They haven't had that yet, have they, Thomas, the Southern Districts?
I'm not too sure, but I'm sure he'll go well. He's just been a really great link-up player, getting on those, gathering those loose balls and cleaning it up just like he did there.
Koopman from 48 metres, shoots on goal and just fades it across to the far side. Brennan was there, but couldn't get in a position to mark the footy. So Southern Districts, just checking that score, 6-3, 39 to 5-5, 35. They are 4 points in front of the 8-minute mark.
Short kick to the pocket to Barrett. Much on, so he goes long. Gilhouse should take this. It hits his chest, comes straight off, so missed opportunity there by Gilhouse. Kicks it to centre wing. Kieran was dangerous in these conditions. Here's Waddell. He was taken high. The umpire says play on. Tap back by Westerberg to a teammate, ducks through one. It's an up and under kick, 2 against 1. Well done, Michael Bowden. Just showed his experience. Kicks it out to a running teammate, O'Brien. Got Charlie McAdam there with him. Hand passes over the top. Dangerous here. He can put the afterburners on. Hand passes ahead to Dean Staunton. Found a lot of space. Kicks it into Will Farrer. Takes it, nearly takes it on the second grab. Good work here by McGregor, gets it back to Gallio. Gallio has Shane Thorne, who snuck on and should take the mark. He doesn't, but he's going to have a pin, a crack from directly in front. Shane Thorne's kicked his second. Just too easy there. Dropped the mark that he probably should have taken and then gets it quickly onto the left boot and kicks a goal.
And then he did a little party trick, tumble after the end of a degree of difficulty, about 10.
He just come on, Charlie, because he's had a bit of a back complaint and he's had a lot of work since half-time down on the bench there, and he snuck on and kicked a goal.
Good to see Will Farrer leading up, out of the goal square and getting a leap at the footy. Then Shane Thorne obviously cleaning up on his left foot again. Very skillful player.
2 goals to 1 in this quarter to Southern Districts. They had the lead. At quarter time, they extended a little further now.
Westerberg up high in the ruck and a whistle behind play. And the free kick here in the middle of the ground is going to go to Southern Districts. So Ed Barlow will take this.
I think the ruckman's got, he's trying to...
Gilhouse.
He was trying to get
Gilhouse takes it, kicks quickly. It's a poor kick. Dean Staunton made it look better than what it was. Got a little handball across to Shane Thorne. He goes back to Staunton. He is thumped over there by Flanagan. The ball goes to Farah. He bangs it long inside 50. Nearly having his head taken off there for Waratah was Anchors. In fact, Joel Stevens. Now Will Farah, an opportunity. Loose ball on the ground. His opponent's gone to ground in McCarthy. Tries to step around him. Reels off a handball to the hard rock of Dean Staunton. He was stopped in his tracks. Players dive in on the footy. Handball comes out. No clean possession out there. Players working really hard forward. Ball taken away by Jordan Gardner. Almost a wonderful mark reeled in there by Kim Cantilla. Ball taken by Bowden. Stood up in the tackle. Got it to Gilhouse. He got it away to a teammate in Brook. Brook bangs long towards the goal square. Brennan in a wrestle couldn't mark it. Through for a behind.
Best passage of play of the whole match there for the last minute and a bit, Dom.
Got him with a quick kick out. Finds Zobel. Wheels around. Kicks it up to the ruckman. Westerberg fighting. Good fist by Gilhouse. Hits it forward. Staunton's into the action. He's getting bowled over all over the place here. Carroll kicks it to centre wing. Gilhouse was there again. Ball comes to the front. No front and centres there. Picked up by Thorne. Oh, just dummies around one, then steps around one, drops the ball. No one's tackling it, and the umpire's pinned him. So just tried to do too much there, Shane Thorne.
He was walking on hot coals.
He just needed to get the hand pass away. Burnt a few teammates there, Shane Thorne. Waratah's kick it up to centre wing. Westenberg. Here's Gilhouse again. Geez, he's everywhere at the moment, the big man. In for his second effort. Picked up by Josiah Farah. Hand pass to Michael Bowden. He's going to get hit. Josiah Farah cleans up again for Southern Districts. Just tapping it to himself. He's got O'Brien. O'Brien stays out of the contest. Probably should have ran at that footy. O'Brien for Southern Districts. It's a hot footy at the moment. They're going in hard. Ed Barlow just comes out, has enough time, tries to hit Jared Brennan on the bounce. Watch him in this area, just tapping it to himself. Tries to get in there, hits it back to Bowden, and he's earned himself a free kick, Jared Brennan, and he's going to kick it from about 70.
Jared Brennan takes possession there at half forward. Untidy kick off the boot. Leaping at it there was Will Farah. Had the opportunity to take the mark and didn't. Over the footy now, Zobel. Koopman, the snap on goal from the forward pocket. He has kicked it. He's kicked it. That's a mighty goal from Koopman. Super goal from the left forward pocket. As he fell down, he knew it was going straight through, and the goal umpire did not move.
No, Southern District's really taking advantage and, you know, putting the game on their terms now. Sam Waddell took some good marks late in that second quarter, but I think he's just too far away from the contest. When Waratahs are trying to come out of the defence, they don't have a target.
What a kick. Just watching that on replay, what a kick. But good work to Will Farah in the end. He was caught behind, he leaped early, got a fist in there and actually brought the ball to ground.
I think he jumped over someone, didn't he?
Back in the middle, Gregor, and then someone's just got decked off the ball. That was Sam Godden.
That's 3 goals to 1, Southern Districts in this all-important third term.
Yeah, they've definitely got the momentum back. Waratahs probably aren't helping themselves with a few errant kicks. So Godden just kicks it to space in hoping that his teammate Carroll can run onto it. Just manages to keep it in. It's an up and under kick. Districts have the numbers here. Tupu tries to bring it to ground to his crummers in Cantilla. Waddell off one step. How's it going to bounce? It's going to sit up. Martin and the free kick.
No, he's taking it through
for a behind. He's taking it through.
Didn't intend to.
Didn't realise he was that close, so through for a behind. Waratahs are still trailing Southern Districts. 14 minutes gone in this third quarter.
So Sean Martin now the long kick into play.
Wow.
And the go-to man, Ed Barlow.
It's an 80-metre kick.
Takes the mark at left half-back. Just steadies play. Has McLaughlin in the middle if he wants to go there. Chooses to go to the lead of Jared Brennan. Ran under the ball and couldn't get anywhere near it. Tars defence working hard. The flyer was Mincook. Hardly called him in this match. And the ball pushed out of bounds just to the left of the scoreboard. 14.5 gone in this third quarter. Southern Districts have dominated at 8-4-52, leading Waratah 5-6-36.
Districts have got the lead, and what they'll want to do now is take contested marks, go back, kick down the line, take it out of bounds and get continuous stoppages like this.
And they won't mind if they go goal for goal, will they? Because they'll still be in front.
Will Farah in front, hits his chest, comes down, go in there again. Here's McLaughlin, already got a goal. How's it going to sit? Mummery's underneath it. Tries to take the mark. Good body work. Shovels it out. McLaughlin followed up his kick, and he's going to kick his second goal. Great work by McLaughlin there. Kicked it into the forward line, but followed it up and gets an easy goal in the end for Southern Districts.
Gee, they're under real pressure now, the red and whites, aren't they? They're coming hard at them, Southern Districts. They've got a little bit of a sniff for it, and they're desperate to get a shot with Tiwi Bombers again in a preliminary final.
Watch this, Charlie. He just gets the ball, McLaughlin. There he is there, just keeps running. Watches his kick. Knew that Mummery needed some help. It's his second goal for this third quarter. Mummery did well to get the ball out. Just controlled it, and in the end, kicks a goal.
Ryan Ayres would be, whether he's making changes or whether he's, thinking about, moving players around. But now's the time you want to do that. Whether you want to drop your better players behind the ball to, get it back on your terms.
Gilhouse wins the ruck contest easily. Gallio sweeping off half forward. Gets a nice handball to Rory O'Brien. Up to Mummery, who was in the action a moment ago. Couldn't take possession. Carroll does. On the left boot, just kicks and hopes up towards centre wing. Taken there by Gallio. Sweeps a handball to Barlow. Kicks through half forward. The lead by Brennan. And he takes the mark.
Look at Staunton laughing.
Staunton was trying to steal it from him, but Brennan, beautiful slide in there in the forward pocket, takes the mark magnificently, snaps on goal. He's curled it through from the forward pocket. That is the icing on the cake for the third quarter. Sensational Southern Districts. That's magnificent, Jared Brennan.
Just one step.
Yeah, he's made something out of nothing there. You wouldn't look twice if it didn't make it and it bounced out of bounds, but he's taken the mark, gone back and kicked the goal.
Gee, let's not underestimate the contribution of Ed Barlow as well. Terrific in the middle there, getting that ball forward. He gets such distance on his kicks, doesn't he?
He
does.
A great,
and what a great mark that was, Brennan.
Yeah.
I reckon there were 5 of them a bit of a chance for that, and Brennan just slid underneath them all and grabbed it. Did really well. 5 goals to 1 in this quarter, Southern Districts.
Gilhouse wins it down. Coming in from the wing was a Waratah's player. Westerberg gets it out to Anchors. They're going back here. It's back to Godden. Kicks it out to centre wing. Turns is Abe Anchors. They really need a goal. Waratah's trying to set it up here. Goes sideways looking for Carroll. Takes it 55 metres out from goal.
Gilhouse has dropped back in the hole.
So he's just had to make Carroll go back here. He's usually a long kick. Carroll is called to play on, kicks it from 55, just puts it to the hot spot. As you said, Thomas, Gilhouse is there, hits it down, gets it back. They need a goal here, Waratahs, trying to shuffle it out, looking for players. They're all in there at the moment. The umpire's found a free kick and it's going the way of Southern District. So well done, the Southern District defenders, and Josiah Farah has the free kick.
Josiah Farah deep in that left back pocket, did really well just to relieve the pressure for the Crocodiles. Long kick, again the go-to man, Ed Barlow. Got hands to it, recovered beautifully, went back here to Thorne, has to go the step, he did it again and he got nailed. Handball to Barlow on the burst, has a bounce, long kick, inside 50 to the run of Will Farah, takes the mark. What a beautiful kick again. Charlie, you commented on it a moment ago, there it was again.
Exquisite.
Hard run, Dean Staunton's in the forward pocket, Farah's looking, there's Barlow by himself.
He was screaming for it too.
Farah has no option now other than to go long. Mummery almost got the hands to it, couldn't take the grab out of bounds.
That's a good result, out of bounds for Southern Districts.
Keep
players
it there.
are getting the ball. When you take possession of the ball around half forward and get a mark, it's important to make that decision whether you can make the distance at shot a goal, otherwise roll on and put it into the hot spot.
Dangerous here for Waratahs, deep in the forward pocket. Gilhouse just gets rid of his opponent, taps it towards the goal square. It's going to be rushed over, limited pressure there, but well done to Waratah. Sam Waddell with the quick kick out. Kicks it to the player that gave him the footy. Has a bit of room here. There's Waratahs. It's a player in Gooch. Bounce, kicks it up to centre wing. work. Josiah Farah just spins his opponent around, was held with the footy. Good work by the Waratahs. Player the one-on-one. Here's that man again, Ed Barlow. Geez, best on ground in my mind at the moment, Ed Barlow. And Sam Smith, it looked like it come off his foot, but the umpire says it's deliberate. So the free kick is going to Waratahs. They're hot on that tonight. The free kick's going to Kim Cantilla.
Got Gilhouse again dropping in front of the Topu's space.
It's a good player, Gilhouse.
That properly.
He's a good player, Gilhouse, making sure he's getting in the right position. Be in the action shortly. to Tupu was there. Front and centre was Godden. Had the snap on goal. Across to the left-hand side. Another behind added. 5-7-37 Tars. Southern Districts 10-5-65. 20 minutes gone in this third quarter.
Martin kicks it to himself and then he slips as he kicks. Luckily, it goes into the hands of McLaughlin. That's Dylan McLaughlin. 2 goals in this quarter. Kicks it out wide to Jared Brennan. Just falls short. And then he says, I want to come off for a rest. He's done his job up there. He's just kicked a goal. It gives him a good target up forward. So just in front of our commentary box. Boundary throw in. Gilhouse just usually shoves his opponent out the way. It comes to the back to Barlow. Picked up by Toma. Up and under kick. Good body work by Southern District, but it comes down to Mincook. He was tackled without the footy. The umpire says play on. Abankers picks it up, gets it back to Toma. Toma delivers it into the 50. To Tupu, well done to Martin. Just read the footy, kicks it out wide to Shane Thorne. Usually tricky against Blake. Blake uses his body well. Shane Thorne just shovels it forward to a teammate, O'Brien. O'Brien looks to that man again, Ed Barlow. Takes it 55 out, wheels around. Just delivers it to Michael Mummery directly in front of goal. 15 metres out, Ed Barlow.
Take a bow.
Penetrating kick, and Charlie, you're right. Just the metres gained that he is able to get when he gets the footy. He runs about 15, 20 and then delivers it.
And his brain just computes it so quickly. He can pick up a player straight away and he knows exactly where to kick it.
Yeah, and Shane Thorne's down, so I reckon it might be that injury that he just not looking the best, Shane Thorne, but we'll stay with Michael Mummery.
This is a real blow here for Waratahs if he can convert here.
Already has a goal. He just needs to slot it through. Taking his time, Michael Mummery. Unlucky not to get drafted this year in the AFL and just chips it over the top. Michael Mummery has his second. Districts just kicking away here, leading by 11-5-71. Waratahs at 5-7-37. 22 minutes gone in this third quarter, and it's looking like danger signs for Waratahs.
Well, can I remind you how bad Southern Districts have been in the last couple of weeks in the second half? They know that, and they're showing us tonight that's gone out of their game. Look out, Tiwi Bombers, if it is Southern Districts, they'll meet again.
Just perfect. And Sam Waddell just got caught watching the footy, just got caught under it.
Shane Thorne's come from the ground.
Yeah, great effort by him. It's not a possession, but it was a tap out to that extra number that, you know, gave him some space to get that inside 50.
From the ruck contest, Ed Barlow bangs it down towards attacking 50. Gallio over the ball, taps it to the advantage of Koopman. Scoots around after picking up the ball. Now a nice pass to Mummery. Drops the footy close to the boundary line. The ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Gee, he's worked pretty well this quarter, Charlie, Michael Mummery.
Yeah. But really, he should have wrapped that. That was right on his chest, wasn't it? He dropped it.
A player of his talent and capacity just needs to work a bit harder, I think. Value those possessions. Gilhouse now from the ruck contest, taps it away, goes to Waddell. Had hold of the footy, then dropped it, flicked it away to a teammate there in Zobel. Now coming away with it for the Crocodiles. Tim Brook bangs away on goal and just misses to the left-hand side. So Southern Districts here in control, doing all the attacking. 11-6-72 to Waratah, 5-7-37.
Kick out, finds his teammate in Gooch. Has Flanagan, dangerous kick, he's off. It's in the defensive 50. It's at half back here, Waratahs. Kicks it out to Mincook. Haven't called him much, but trying to get into the game in this last 5 minutes here.
They've got to make up 6 goals, so they're going to have to, you know, take risks, attack through the middle of the ground, because they're going to have to score a lot in minimal amount of time.
Ardenal goes sideways to Zobel. Been quiet for his standards. Dean Staunton's there. The ball comes out to Valence as the three-quarter siren sounds.
And Southern Districts will go into the break in a pretty comfortable position. It was a terrific third quarter from them. 11 goals, 6, 72, leading Waratah 5-7, 37. When you're 6 goals down.
She's flying down to Alice today. Don't forget to put away the garden furniture.
Yep, got it.
And just remember the TIO weather alerts. Garden furniture!
Love you too.
She's off, but he's still got TIO. They cover you for territory weather, cyclone, storm surge, flood, hail, and they're local, so they can respond fast.
TIO? Storm staying, kids.
Another life saved with the Chemist Warehouse app. Take control of your health and wellness. Download now.
Mother Nature can be frighteningly predictable in the Territory this time of year. Heavy rains and damaging winds can cause significant problems and disruption, particularly if you're unprepared, while down power lines and flash flooding can be lethal. To ensure you're ready, visit powerwater.com.au/safety or text SAFETY to 0428 323 991 for more information. Because staying safe and ready around Mother Nature should be second nature.
CFS Schoolwear is the perfect choice for quality custom-made school uniforms. Ideal clothing for all school-related activities, whether it's 50 or 500 students. We have what you need. Contact the Cricket and Football Shop NT for your free CFS Schoolwear quote today.
Let's see. Roma, Verona?
Perhaps Barcelona.
Make your dream holiday a reality. Book your next getaway at Flight Centre with interest-free holidays and flexible repayment options.
Best in the air.
And everywhere.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience. Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice, still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store.
Boys, we've got a real big problem. It belongs to you, it belongs to me, it belongs to everybody. I'm talking about family violence. It's time we said no more to family violence, isn't it? Think about it.
We've all got to say no more to family violence.
No more!
Family violence is a community problem and it needs a community response from all of us, and sport is a big part of that. But we can all do our bit by being more respectful to each other. Please make this year the year we say no more to family violence.
Current scoreboard update: Southern Districts 11-6-72 and the Waratahs 5-7-37. We're about to commence the fourth and final quarter. Can everyone please make their way off the field? Thank you.
Mental strain on him, but you know, Tutupu, when he was in the forward line as full forward, he was a good target, but now he's in the ruck, so you know, you can't have him in both places. It just looks like they don't have that target up forward anymore.
And what about those three players? I mean, Kim Cantilla, Henry Karanua, Min Cook. We really haven't seen a lot of them. Do you leave the Karanuas and Cantillas of the world deep in 50, or do you bring them up and give them space and room to run?
I don't think it's obviously, it has worked in patches, but I think, you know, having one of those guys deeper in the forward line, bringing those bigger guys up, further up the oval, so that when Waratah's released from their back line, they have those options in Tapopu, Waddell, so that they have something to kick to, because at the moment, it's no good having those big guys so far away, you know, 80 metres away from the ball.
So the challenge here, when the Rhineers would be saying to Waratah, kick the first goal.
Yep.
Just kick the first goal and we'll build from there.
It's always a very hard mental challenge when you look at that scoreboard and you know you're behind by that many goals. It's very, very hard to come back.
So you look at their forward setup now already. Abe, Ankers and Godden are the ones who are going down towards the goal square.
And Shane Thorne, he's looking very, very sore. Rosius has just come to the bench with his shoes off. But it looks like they possibly could be down 2 rotations now.
Well, I think they're probably thinking next week, aren't they?
Rest, yep.
Wouldn't they be thinking that?
It's probably a little bit early, but yeah.
Well, it's a big ask for Tars to get back in.
I said that once, the Buffs would not lose the game. Mark Motlop has never let me live that down. They lost the game.
Last quarter about to get underway here. The task is a big one for Waratahs. Here's Dominic McCoy.
Gilhouse up against Tatupu. Tatupu won it down, then Dean Staunton over the ball. Flanagan just barges his way through, picks it up, kicks up towards half forward. Gathered here by Barrett for Tars. The long bomb down towards the goal square. Godden misjudged it. Now over the ball, Kiranua flicks it out to Godden. Opportunity with the snap. It's a high up and under, and it's a behind.
So they've got Godden and Abe Ankers starting in the goal square, and no, it usually wouldn't be obvious choice, but it just depends on the mismatch, the best matchup.
Martin kicks it to himself and then delivers it to the chest of Gilhouse, that actually drops it. Looks at his head, it's a bit dewy there, but he's dropped a few marks tonight, big Seb Gilhouse, but you can't really fault him. He's put himself in the right positions, and he
just works so hard.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
He looks like he's enjoying his footy, isn't he?
Yeah, he does.
So Gilhouse and Tatupu comes to the back. Umpire's found a free kick. Which way is it going? Waratahs need to kick it in quickly. This is Carroll. Carroll's played well tonight. Kicks it into a leading Ankers, but straight to that man, and Seb Gilhouse, and he's filled that hole in the forward line very well tonight, and he kicks it to Josiah Farah.
Oh, that's a great kick onto the chest of Josiah Farah, and he just kept moving there. Kicked it up to Will Farah. Tars tackled. That's a great tackle, Josiah Farah. Gone.
Followed up his footy, Josiah Farah. Well done.
Took a moment to look around there. I think it's McCarthy, and Josiah Farah just wrapped him up. Meant business with that tackle.
He's been good tonight. He's a very versatile player. Can play at both ends. Strong, and as you've seen in that tackle, yeah.
Nice little kick. Finds a teammate there in the form of Tim Brook. Back into the team this weekend. Down the line. Barlow just let it go. Mark taken there by Valance. No one on the mark. Just ran away from them. Punched it down towards the goal square. Mummery with his head over the footy. Tackle, was it high? No. And the umpire says, I will have it. And they'll ball it up in the corridor, 35 metres out from Southern District's goal.
2 ruckmen heading down, trying to get to the contest. Gilhouse is staying a kick behind, and I think Waratah's definitely now going to have to move the ball very quickly, because Gilhouse is going to drop in front of Abe.
Out of the pack, Jared Brennan. Which way does it bounce? And it doesn't favour him, but well done. Straight the tap down to Jared Brennan. It's through for a behind. Geez, that would have been great if it went through. He's been dangerous tonight, Jared Brennan. Waratahs with a long kick out, goes to the back of the pack. Ed Barlow against Gooch. Gives it to Ed Barlow. Just a chip kick inboard. Josiah Farah gets up, gives in a second effort. Good body work, kicks it off the ground, goes out to Tupu on his own. Has a player up past centre wing. How does it bounce? Well for Barrett. Barrett just turns his player inside out, kicks it over the head of his forward and Ankers. Probably not a big target there, but Martin cleans up for the Crocodiles. Has O'Brien all by himself.
Staunton's pushing.
And O'Brien probably should have attacked that footy a little bit better. It was put up for him. He usually got a bit of pace on him, and I reckon one of the Waratahs players has let him know as well. He's smiling there, but I reckon he's probably copped one from his opponent.
Gee, Barrett's such a good user of the footy, Charlie, and he just...
That was a poor kick.
Terrible, wasn't it?
Didn't look like it was going to hit a teammate at all.
The big man in action here. Waratah's come away with it. Kick up towards Westerberg, went down low, couldn't gather it. Martin now putting pressure on just outside 50. Got the ball to O'Brien. His kick. He'll end up here at some stage in the hands of Barlow. He receives from Staunton, wasn't clean. Palms off an opponent in Carroll. Goes by way of hand. It comes back to him again. He's the magnet, is Ed Barlow. Hits it to a very dangerous position. Now Michael Mummery had his hands on it. Handball comes out. Kick on goal is another behind. It actually went through, but it was touched out of the congestion. So another point on the board here for Southern Districts. They move on to 11-8-74. Waratah 5-8-38. It's an even 6-goal margin here at the 4.5-minute mark.
Waddell with the kick out. Goes long. Going to find his teammate. They need to play on at all costs, and they do. Waratahs kicks it up to Westerberg. Martin just kicks it in mid-air, gets to O'Brien. Gilhouse just tries. The ball was smothered there. The big ruckman, not too nimble when he tries to turn and kick. Tatupu needs to get rid of it. Under pressure, just getting the exit hand pass to Carroll. It's an up and under kick. Ankers uses his body well against Bowden. Ankers taps it to himself. Smith comes in to help out Bowden. Kicked off the ground by Waratahs, but the boundary line is going to beat them, and it goes out of bounds. In the forward pocket, about 35 metres around from the Waratahs goal.
A lot of people here today watching the footy. They've enjoyed both of these games, but there can be a bit of a blowout in both, I reckon, by the time this one ends.
Yeah, you could be right, Charlie. And Zach Westerberg just edged out of that contest far too easily by Sean Martin. Ball spills. Wrestle on here. Dean Staunton. Gee, he's a goer, isn't he? Charlie McAdam gives him a pat on the head. There he is.
That's why he won the best and fairest this year for Southern Districts.
Yeah, he's a workhorse, isn't he?
Just works so hard. Ball tossed high. Martin went high, won it down. Ankers in there. Strips Gallio initially with a footy. Gallio went back in and grabbed it. Kicked it, cut off by Tars, and a mark just by Toma. Directly in front, 30 out. He needs to go back and kick this, the understatement of the game. He's had opportunity from here too before, Charlie, and missed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
so he can, yeah, so he kicked. The 6 minutes have gone. They've had a point kicked against them. So, as you said, it's an even 6 goals. And what is it
Toma
now?
with the kick on goal. He's put it through, brings the margin back to 5 at the 6-minute mark. Can they do it, Waratah?
They need to build on that. They need to, you know, the players around them, you know, need to congratulate each other, build the morale, and push forward and try get another.
And believe you can win. Believe you can win. Have the belief.
Because as Natasha pointed out before, if Southern Districts are 2 players down, there'll be opportunities late.
Yeah.
So work hard early.
That's right.
And O'Brien's come off as well, and he's getting some work on the boundary line. So at the moment, they've only got one fit man on the bench, and that is Gilhouse, who's come off for a spell.
And Dom, we've seen teams kick 3 goals in that last 5 minutes, haven't we, of a match?
Yes, that's right.
So you can do it.
It can be done.
So McKenzie drives it out of the centre.
Oh.
Good punch by McAdam. It's to McLaughlin. Set up past centre wing, just forward to centre wing.
Now.
Look at Dean Staunton. Just goes in for the hard nut he is for Southern Districts. Gallio's there as well, finding it hard to get a clean possession here, both teams. Kenzie again's in there. Toma, the goal kicker, hurries it forward. What's the umpire going to call here? I think it came off the side of his boot, so good call by Mark Noonan to throw the ball in underneath the scoreboard on the far side. 7.5 minutes gone. Southern Districts leading by 30 points.
Clock the enemy here for Waratahs.
You can see District's forward line spread out right to the goal square inside 50, and Waratahs only have the 2.
Boundary throw in.
This is the furthest.
Boundary throw in. Shem Tatupu won it to the back, and only to the advantage of Josiah Farah. Great run through the middle of the ground. Long kick down towards the goal square. No mark taken. Defence of Tars under pressure here. Valance with the ball in hand. Snaps on goal. And waiting there was Waddell, and just professionally bundles it over. Then plays onto himself. Put himself under enormous pressure. Tries to get the ball out to a teammate, needs to come back in support. They've turned it over. Ball's gone to Barlow. He goes by hand to Mummery, close to the line here. They'll run it over perhaps. No, they haven't yet. Well done by the defensive 6 here for Waratah. The long kick now coming out. Target is Barrett. Takes the mark well at half back. Well, they almost mucked that up. but they could now have an opportunity. The ball inboard from Barrett. Long kick inside 50. Where are the runners? The pack form, Spillage, Cantilla knocked over by Bowden. He did well. Westerberg comes through, gathers, gets the little hand off to Carroll. The smother was good there from Tim Brook. Districts through McLaughlin, the long up and under up towards centre wing.
Punched away by Flanagan. Has it fall? Gallio gets rid of the footy. That was Stewart. Hand pass over towards Farrah. Stewart intercepts again. Has to get the ball in, and the mark taken by the defender in Gooch. Gooch plays on quickly. Sam Waddell's out wide. Has no one upfield. Has to wait for a runner, and Sam Godden gets there. And again, they don't have much up forward. Is he going to switch the play? He doesn't. Just kicks it up to the big man, and Tatupu takes the mark.
Two good marks there by Tars.
So against the smaller man in McGregor. Just up and under kick. Tries to get it to Westerberg at the back of the pack. He's going to clean up first is Martin. Done well down there tonight. Gives it to his teammate in Smith. Smith links up with McAdam. McAdam can go further forward looking for Josiah Farrah. Goes through his hands. Was pushed in the back, and the umpires found the free kick directly in front of our commentary box. Josiah Farrah has really lifted himself into this game in the second half.
Gee, that was a blatant push, wasn't it?
Right, well, that was really poor form.
Barlow and Jared Brennan were going to be the target.
Goes backwards, completely ignoring Thomas Motlop. You do that at your peril. Found McAdam.
Control possession.
Goes to Thorne. Goes across the ground. Good shepherding back there by McLaughlin. Allowed Schwarz some time and space. Ran to half forward. Long bomb to no one in particular. Waddell's there. So too Barlow. Waddell slaps it through for another behind.
That was done really well. They had no option. Jared Brennan was down. Didn't go to him. Comes back through the middle to Shane Thorne, who delivers it out to the other side, and they attack through that.
Quick kick out. Doesn't find their target. Seb Gilhouse is there to put pressure on. Again, misses the target, just errant kicking here. Simpson is under pressure, picked up by Valance. Valance with a quick kick. Michael Mummery's underneath it, keeps his feet, and it just goes out of bounds in front of him. Deep in the forward pocket, left forward pocket.
You're right, it's the story of the night for Tars when they look back on this. They just didn't hit targets, did they? I mean, they dropped them short, they went over the top.
It kills you, Charlie. If you crucial turnovers will kill you, especially in the corridors, and that's what just happened there for Waratahs. They kicked in mid-air by McGregor, picked up by Anchors, delivers it into the centre square. Kiranua tries to trap it. Mincook is there as well, going to go against a big Seb Gilhouse, picks it up at his feet. Well done, the big man. Shane Thorne, good to see him back on. Martin out wide. McLaughlin takes the mark, just forward to centre wing. Out on the wing there is Dylan McLaughlin. Had a good game. 2 goals in the third quarter. Delivers it into the 50. Got hands to it was Farrah. Up and under kick towards the 50. Brook was underneath it. Picked up by Gallio. Gallio dances around one. Then has Jared Brennan all by himself. 55 metres out. Has a shot on goal. How's it going to bounce? In favour for Sam Waddell. And then finds a teammate in Barrett. That's left half back.
So Barrett now just goes the short chip, finds Toma, the last goal kicker for Waratah. 76 plays, 44 here, 12.5 minutes gone in the last quarter. And Toma, gee, Zach Westerberg made that look better than what it was, I think. And it'll be a boundary throw-in. Right in the Southern District's interchange gate.
And again, they had nowhere to go because Seb Gilhouse is just blocking the holes.
Yeah, he just stays that kick behind and he pushes up and has the contest as he's doing here.
Ruck contest now between Gilhouse and Tatupu. Tatupu wins it to himself, then handballed only to the advantage of Brook. The ball from Brook goes to McLaughlin. Long kick inside 50. Will Farrah surely has to be a free kick taken high. And he's really happy with himself that he went hard at that footy. Wins the free kick and will have his first shot at goal for the evening.
I think he feels a little bit hard done by tonight, Will Farrah.
The runner's done him well, though. Done him good, I reckon, Tash.
Yeah, it has. He goes hard at the contest. Probably unlucky not to get a few other free kicks tonight, but just needs to go back and slot this goal for his confidence.
He's having a few words to all the Waratah players around him.
It's a bit of an angry ant out there at the moment.
Will Farah, right of centre, will kick from about 40. It'll be good to see him kick a goal.
It'll be interesting to see how long they leave Sam Godden down forward.
As he shot, kicks the goal. A happy Will Farah, and surely that is the nail in the coffin. They all come to him. They recognise what an important moment that is, the Crocodiles. He's such an important player for them. And their score ticks on, 12-10-82. Waratah 6-8-44. We've gone 14 minutes in the last quarter.
Great comment, Dom, because they just know how important he is. They can get him up. We were talking about him before, down a bit on confidence. He kicks a goal. He's worked hard tonight. He'll be looking forward to next week, won't he?
And he can never fault his work rate, Will Farah. Always second and third efforts and uses his speed as well if the ball comes to ground. Back in the middle. Gilhouse jumps high, smashes it forward. McLaughlin kicks it off the ground. Jared Brennan goes past it, picked up by Gooch. Good front on tackle by Brennan. Up and under kick. Both districts players nearly collide. So Brian, I think, was calling out Gilhouse. He's everywhere, Seb Gilhouse. Kicks it over to Valance. Valance delivers it into the 50, looking for Mummery. Goes over the top of the pack. At the back is McGregor. No, that's Schwartz, and Schwartz has kicked the goal. So Bo Schwartz, Southern Districts just driving home the goals here in the last quarter. 15 minutes gone, and Bo Schwartz gets an easy goal over the back.
They've just broken them, haven't they?
You can just, yeah, you can just see the players now that Southern Districts sort of know they've got it in the bag, so they're probably not going, you know, full pelt at the moment, and Waratahs know that they're gone. The big ruckman is everywhere.
You can definitely see it in the players out there, and I think Lee Matthews said whatever's left on the clock, you need about a goal a minute, and once you get past that, it makes it pretty hard.
So 8 goals to 2, Thomas, since half-time for Southern Districts. They've just really turned it on in this last half, haven't they?
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, they got their mojo back. They played against 2 really quality opposition teams, I thought, on the day that they played them. Even though they were 2 losses, they would have been willing to work on that.
Tars now with ball in hand in midfield. Little chip comes to Henry Keranua. Nice ball from him. Finds Bailey's Oval. Just outside 50 now, bangs long down towards the goal square to Tupu. And off hands, great front and centre. And then from 15 metres out, Kim Cantilla misses a goal he'd normally put away. Or was it Mincook? Might have been Mincook, actually. That just sums up Waratah's night, really. Not able to hit targets.
You know when it's not your night. Martin plays onto himself again. Geez, he's got a booming kick out of defensive 50. Barlow with hands in the back. The umpires.
Yeah, well called, Tash.
Seen it.
Be taking advantage of that as much as you can in this last quarter. Get him putting that ball 80 metres out of goal.
That's right.
It's just crucial when you can boom at 80 metres to clear the 50. Good kick into the 50. Westerberg takes the mark. Have to kick it from about 45. Dullness over this game now. Both teams looking pretty tired. Westenberg's had a good season, but probably for his standards of the season, probably a poor game for him, I would think. Yeah.
He's kicked a goal. He gets a couple, but probably makes it a little better than what we think.
Big Gilhouse on the mark, and it's gone across the face and snuck in for a behind. So they'll reset here, Southern Districts.
Yeah, and Westberg's a up-and-coming ruckman. I think he came runner-up in the best and fairest for Waratahs, but definitely we'll be learning a few lessons in bodywork around the contest from Big Gilhouse.
Districts now trying to work their way out of their defensive 50. Zach Smith goes short, finds Bowden. Been very consistent tonight. Nice kick, a little bit dangerous there from Bowden, but the mark taken. Well done there by Liam McGregor. One of their really steady defenders. Goes to Martin. Lovely kick. Finds Rory O'Brien close to the boundary on the outer side.
And they'll just hope to move the football around like this. Short 45 kicks, take it backwards if they need to, come out the other side of the oval. That's going to chew up a lot of the clock.
Tom, I might just get you to ponder this one. Would the Tiwi Bombers be thinking this is a good result for them, having to play Southern Districts again, or would they prefer to have Waratah as their opponents?
I'm not too sure there. Obviously, they'll have a bit of confidence beating beating Southern Districts, but you know, Tiwi on their day, I'm not too sure whether it matters who they're playing. If they're up and about, they didn't have a lot of great moments today, but when Ross Tungatullum and some things that I've seen Dion Moncaro do today was outstanding.
Yeah, both brilliant players. Dean Staunton moves it into Valance. Valance just chips it over to Martin. That's come up from the back line over the top to Ed Barlow. Just a sideways kick to Michael Bowden, who sneaked forward. Another chip kick over to Koopman. We've seen him kick a good goal. Third quarter, back to Bowden. Across the face, watch Michael Mummery fly. Just couldn't get up above the pack there, Michael Mummery.
Half an hour too early, I think.
Tired legs there. He just couldn't get up high enough, and the ball goes out of bounds the left forward pocket for Southern Districts.
And good work. You were talking about this earlier on, Thomas, how they can move that ball from one end of the ground to the other and not let the opposition touch it. And Tars have done it again, haven't they? It's been a feature of their play tonight.
Yeah, definitely. You've just seen what Southern Districts did. They had about 15 kick marks in a row to get it down in their forward line.
Sean Martin charging his way through now after the ball came off hands. Inside 50. Will Farah hard at it. Didn't get it, but gee, the effort was terrific. Valance was the same. Knocked over. Loses the footy. Tim Brook goes in and lays a tackle. Now the ball comes to Ankers. Flicks it out wide and goes to Mincook. He's confronted by Bowden. Time and space now. The ball comes to Waddell. Long the target to Tupu. Good effort there again by Liam McGregor was the spoiler. Got the ball down to McAdam. Now out to Staunton. Close to the boundary. And finds Ed Barlow, Mr. BOG for this evening.
Leather poisoning.
They're 7 goals up, and as soon as they turned the ball over Southern Districts, Gillhouse pushed that hard to get back into his defensive 50, even at this stage of the game, and he's got the ball here.
He's sprinted about 200 metres. He's going to have to go for a bit more of a run. Look at him try and put the shepherd on. McAdam just chipping the ball around here. Districts out to Gallio on centre wing. This grandstand side. Gallio just placing the clock here. Nearly 21 minutes gone. Michael Mummery. The mark. Will's around. It's Will. No, that's Shane Thorne. Watch him get around.
Watch the step.
On the right. Probably not as flash on the right as he is the left, but it goes through. Oh. Zoe will just miss the bounce there, and lucky for him that it went through for a behind.
Tars now bring the ball back into play. They'll just be wanting the siren to go now.
Yeah, and it's not a good feeling. You know, they're at the end of their season now and they're just seeing the game out. They'll be feeling deflated, but it's important to keep it going and you know,
turn it over.
use that feeling into what they're trying to achieve next year.
Yeah.
Carroll turns the footy over there and goes to Schwarz, gives the ball to Jared Brennan, who just shows it one way and then the other. Finds Barlow, goes back to Brennan, now puts a turn of pace on after he handballed to Gallio. Gallio bombs away towards the goal square. Siren sounds, game is over. Southern Districts are through to a match against the Tiwi Bombers. Next weekend, Waratah, their season is over. Southern Districts 13-11-89, defeating Waratah 6-10-46.
Yeah, terrific win tonight for Southern Districts. We'll get some comments from Thomas Motlop in just a moment. I'm going to head down there with the microphone and headset and see if I can get us an interview. Who would you like me to get? Someone like Ed Barlow, maybe?
Ed Barlow, Seb Gillhouse.
I'll see how I go.
Yeah, Seb or Ed. Seb or Ed, Charlie. So a good win here to Southern Districts, but they really showed.
Congratulations, Southern Districts, on today's win. Southern Districts will go on to the preliminary finals now to play the Tiwi Bombers. Final score, Southern Districts 13-11-89, Waratah 6-10-46. That wraps up today's games at TIO Stadium. Thank you all for coming, and we'd like to wish you a safe journey home.
She's flying down to Alice today.
Don't forget to put away the garden furniture.
Yep, got it.
And just remember the TIO weather alerts.